Yeah. Where'd Kesha go?
What?
Kesha.
Dude,
I've seen TikTok.
Kesha's gone. Kesha's been long gone. What was that song? Your Love Is My Drug. Like, that was, like, the actual, like,
That was her
shit.
prime.
Yeah, remember that, like, I don't know. It would be, like every, like bar mitzvah I'd go to. It would just be, like, like Kesha, like, that Kesha song. Like, your love is my
I'm pretty
drug.
sure she had, like, some sexual assault thing with her manager. Or, like, not sexual assault. But what is that called when he's, like, keeping you hostage?
Well, like, an abduction?
I don't think it was abduction, though. It was some, like, contract thing.
Oh, yeah, like, he was, like, what am I trying to say? He was, like, he was basically, like, holding her for ransom for, like, her money, right? Like, being, like, oh, if you don't do this show, like, fuck you, you have to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had him under a contract. Helen was telling me about Britney Spears, too.
Mm-hmm.
That her, like, manager, her dad or something. Oh, I saw Jeanette McCurdy.
Who is that?
iCarly.
Oh, that's her name?
Wait,
what? Oh, is that Sam?
Yeah, it's Sam.
Oh, my God, dude. Sam?
I saw on Snapchat where the best news is that her family, like, was in debt. And, like, that's why they made her start acting. She was, like, a pageant girl. I don't think she was a pageant girl, but, like, got into acting when she was young just to, like, pay the bills, and she hated it so much.
Dude, like, I remember, like, when her nudes leaked and stuff, like, every kid our age was like, oh, my God, bro, she's so fucking hot. Like, dude, I was in, like, high school when those leaked, and it was, like, all over, like, Snapchat, right? And it was, like,
I don't remember.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is fucking Sam from iCarly. Like, the same girl with, like, the butter fucking, what are the socks that she had for butter and then, like, would hit people with?
I don't know. Butter socks?
Dude, that show was, like, that was a really good concept for a show. But, like,
yeah.
Like, again, like, Nickelodeon's not making those shows anymore.
Dude,
like,
they're coming back.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
iCarly's coming
Yeah,
back?
except for Sam. That's why I saw the news.
That's classic, though. There's
Yeah.
always one.
There's
always one.
That's
like, dude, is Gibby coming back?
Probably. I used to love Gibby so much.
What do you think Gibby's up to, like, after iCarly? Like, what does he do?
Dude, I don't know. Probably not much. Like, takes his shirt off, rubs his belly.
Yeah, like, that was, like, his thing. Like what? It's like the same with, like, other actors too. Like some actors, like, they do one role and then, like, that's all they could be. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing else they
like
can do.
Like Vincent Chase.
Wait, Vincent Chase. What role was he?
Entourage. He's the only. Like, I can't see him as anything else other than Vincent Chase.
Dude, and fucking, who is it? I'm thinking of one, like, Telltale one. I'm gonna forget who it is, but, like, dude, every actor that, like, does one role, like, that's it. Like, it's impossible for them to, like, take up another role. Like,
SpongeBob.
I was listening to, like this Part of My Take podcast with Topher Grace.
No.
The guy Eric from that '70s show.
Yeah, with the afro.
No, his dad was like, his dad was, like, the only parent really in it. Like, it was Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he was saying how, like, once he was Eric, like, it never, like, he could never do it. Oh, the other one I was thinking was Chris Moltisanti from Sopranos. Like, he's just been never able to, like, get other jobs because of the fact that, like, everyone knows him as Chris Moltisanti, and, like, that's it.
That's
like,
fair.
he can't. I mean, but, like, honestly, the whole cast of that show, like, they can't really replicate it because so many people watched it, and it's like everyone knows, like, Chris is Chris, like, Paulie's Paulie. Like, I mean, like, James, whatever his last name is, Tony died. Like, so.
Did he?
Yeah, he died, like, not
Like,
too
real
long ago
person?
now. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, dude, like, and he was probably, like, one of the most insane. Like, that performance as an actor was, like, fucking insane.
I never finished that show. I got, like,
It's
I got
insane.
past the ducks, and I'm like, all right.
No, I know. The first season, like, it's insane. The first season's, like, good too, but, like, I do feel like, you know how, like, the first season of most most TV shows, like, are not kind of on the same, like, storyline as, like, other seasons are, because, like, they're looking to get picked up by, like, one
Fair.
network. So they're put out, like, a product, and then they, like, try to get picked up. Like, I don't think they were picked up by HBO in the beginning. Like, I think they, like, produced the first show, and then, like, HBO bought, like, the rest of it.
Yeah.
And that's when they get, like, their, like, massive budgets. Like, that's why like, the camera quality is, like, so much better moving forward. It was, like, the same with BFC, so Peaky Blinders.
Peaky fucking Blinded. No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, like, in the beginning, like BBC, like, didn't pick it up. Like, it was just, like,
It's on BBC.
it's a BBC show. And then, like, when Netflix bought it, like, they made the content, like, insane. Like
Yeah.
this like everything in the show is like so well done. Like from just like the acting alone to just like the locations and everything, like it's insane.
Yeah, Netflix pours so much money into their content. Like we're looking, like I'm in this business side of like TV, radio, and film shit. Like it sucks. I mean, it's a great class, but like I'm creative. Like I don't like that kind of side. But we're looking at Netflix. They're like billions of dollars in debt.
Really?
And then just recently, like this year, they just got out of it. And they pour so much shit into their content. But like that's why I feel bad for Netflix, because I think they're gonna be screwed. Like all these new streaming service, like Peacock's coming out, which is like NBC.
Yeah.
Disney Plus has their own shit.
Yeah, and also like because when I do PA work for like ViacomCBS, they're coming out with Paramount Plus now. You know, CBS All Access now. It's gonna be called Paramount Plus, and like doing like their own originals. But like I feel like though with Netflix too, like all these other networks don't have like the necessary like clout of Netflix. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like
They're the first
Netflix
ones.
has like more subscribers than all of them. So like for me, I feel like I'm going to go to a Netflix show before I'm going to go to like a Paramount show. You know what I'm saying?
That is
Because it's
fair.
just like so easy to, and everyone already has a subscription. Like most people I know have a Netflix prescription.
Yeah.
Subscription, not prescription. So like, yeah, I do feel
prescription.
like, and also with Netflix too, like there's a lot of original stuff that they do that just like no one ever finds out about. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it could be a huge flop.
That is true. They do put a lot of original content on. I'd give them the best like original stuff.
Yeah.
But for stuff that's already on the air, like The Office or whatever, like that's going to these other
Yeah,
streaming
that's going
services.
to Peacock. Yeah.
So they're losing all that. So I mean, I guess that's what they've been trying to do is shift.
Yeah, I think it's just like the industry as a whole is like shifting to streaming.
Yeah.
And I think like now the game isn't more so like, oh, like I'm going to be working for like a network. The game is like, no, you should be going to work for a streaming service because they're going to be doing original content themselves. Like they're going to have like places within their own like company that's like, oh, like this is short form production, that's post production. Like they're going to have that kind of stuff now that like the networks had, that like Netflix now has. But also Netflix contracts like production companies themselves to do it. It's a little bit different like than when you work for like a CBS, right? Like they do everything.
Yeah.
But like if it's a Netflix job, like they have like 5 different contracts with like different production offices and like all that stuff, like to do their own thing. I think they're like more focused on like the internet aspect of it, and they kind of just like contract it out. It creates like a new industry for like small time production stuff, but then also like it definitely makes it harder to get something good. You know what I mean? Like
that is fair. I mean, it does open a lot of opportunities for shows that wouldn't really get made for like cable. Like I always said, like the Midnight Gospel. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Fuck, it is so good. I love that show, but it's so wacky graphics, like, and it's so trippy, but it would never be on cable. And like the comedian Duncan Trussell made it, and it's all about like, I don't know. Watch it if you haven't watched it, anyone.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that. But it also cuts out advertisers, you know, because like cable, that's how it ran, is because they got money from all these ads.
Yeah.
And now the streaming service cut that out.
Yeah, like the positive and negative side of that is like, yeah, fuck it, I don't want to watch fucking like men's fucking health ads, like fucking like I don't know, ED fucking pills. But then also like literally Netflix like sells our data to like marketers, like so again it's like it's a trade-off. Like, oh, do you want to give all of your personal information to like I don't know, like some random freaking dude, or do you want to like watch like a few like I don't know, like Viagra ads? Like I don't really know what like I don't know what the trade-off is, because like it definitely is more convenient, but then also like are we willing to give up all of our private information to them? But then also like with that whole thing too, it's like yeah, it's like crazy that we give them so much, but then also it does create a better product for like the consumer.
Yeah.
Like we're able to like see things that we want to see versus like things that we don't want to see. But then also like sometimes we need to see other perspectives that like this whole internet generation and like censoring and like artificial intelligence and all these like codes that basically wire it to your own personal like beliefs and like feelings. Sometimes that isn't healthy for us because then we don't see, you know, the other side at all. Like that's why like when you have all these arguments of like oh like how could you believe in this like when this stuff is happening, but then I say like how could you believe in X if Y is happening, and then like I didn't even know X happened in the first place. It's like it's like it's all tailor made to all of us, which is a great product for like me and you. It will sell more, but it defeats the whole purpose of perspective and discourse. You know what I mean?
Puts you in a bubble.
Exactly.
Like it's literally so good at what it does. Because like I mean Google and Amazon, or I guess ABC is their company, but they literally their whole thing, like we are the product now.
Yeah.
We're not the consumer. Like they get all their money from advertisers. Like that's how they stay afloat. Like I think it was, I don't know the exact stat, but it was something like, I don't know. It was in the billions of dollars of how much Google brought in just for selling ads, or selling our content to ads. Yeah. And it's fucked. But you're so right, because it shows you what you want. Like if say I'm interested in like hockey or skateboards, or I don't know why I said skateboards, but like then I'm gonna get more ads for skateboards because they know my stuff. But then what if like I might like scooters more, but I might never see that. But we see it with the perspective side, like for the news. Like you see what you want to see, because that's like it's we see it on Facebook too.
Yeah, it sells.
Like it sells.
That's like, I mean, like what are we gonna do? Are we gonna just like be like, okay, like the internet, they can't have our data? Then like what happens to the internet? All these companies are based on like, you know, all of our data. That's how the world works now. Like, and people need to realize, the people who are very skeptical about it and say like, oh, like I don't want this, I'm going to block this out, like I'm not going to accept cookies and stuff like that. Yeah, that's fine. But like, let's look at the stock market, for example. The top stocks are all tech stocks, and most of their revenue comes in from data sharing. Yeah. So what are we going to do? We're just going to cut off Facebook from data sharing. That tanks the entire economy. Like,
I think you should have a choice.
It's kind of crazy. I agree.
Because right now we don't have a choice.
Yeah, I agree. I think we let it get up to this point where there is no return. And like now the return is, do we crash the entire system, or do we like just let it go? And if we let it go, like what are humans going to be like in 50 years? Dead. Like we're just going to be
nuked.
Dude,
we're not going to be here.
I was watching this thing on YouTube today. Like, I don't know, you ever hear like Tim Pool?
No.
So he has like a pretty good show. And they were talking about like how the population rate is like alarmingly declining.
Ours?
Yeah. Like 50 years ago, like a person was expected to have like, not 50, let's say like 80 years ago, someone was expected to have like 4 kids, right? Yeah. Now the birth rate's like 1.5.
But I think we have to look at that from like a perspective of, that is good because in poorer countries and stuff, like you have more kids. Like back in our day, like with before technology and stuff, you would have to have a lot of kids because they wouldn't have a high percentage chance of living. You would need them to run the farm to get stuff. Yeah. So like we still see this in like low, like third world countries pretty much, where you have to have a lot of kids so the few survive. So now it's like when you have a very high percent chance of your kids living, you don't need them to run the farm. Like you could stay down to 1 or 2. Yeah. And
it creates so many problems though. It's like so then in the US, for example, right? Like so like theoretically, like me and you are both 20, 19, I'm 21. Yeah. So when my grandparents were our age, they already had 2 kids. Just put that in perspective, right? Like we're sitting in a fucking college campus life sciences room.
No, we're not in the life science room.
No,
we're undisclosed location.
Yeah, wait, no, we're nowhere.
We're 6 feet distance.
Cut that van. Don't actually.
We don't cut anything.
Yeah, like dude, just like the aspect of like our grandparents were like having kids at this time and like getting married at this time. It's a totally different world now.
It's really
like
weird.
What's gonna happen in like 50 years?
I don't know.
Like when we have like our 1 kid, right? Like it's gonna be insane. Like in China, I saw it. Like, you know how they had that 1-child policy thing for a while. Like what happened was it created like this weird like generational gap where like there was not like 1 male in like every family, because like you know how they were.
Yeah, they wanted the males.
So now there's like a shortage of females. They don't even know, like in like 50 years they're gonna have like major problems over there. Like there's not gonna be enough, like there's not gonna be what the fuck. And like that also creates the whole thing like when guys don't have kids, right? Like they're all gonna be like, there's gonna be so much disposable income. Like so if me and you turn like 50 years old, we both got pretty good jobs, right? Like say we got the same paying jobs as our parents got, we don't have to pay for 2 kids. We don't have to pay for like a big ass house, 4 like 3 cars, like insurance for all the kids, like schooling and stuff like that. Like so then I feel like younger girls are gonna look for like older rich guys in and it's gonna create like a weird gap where like you know how like when you're a freshman here, like like a freshman guy is like literally like the
Sucks.
lowest of the food chain.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry, man.
You're literally like the scum, right?
Yeah.
And like that's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be like a thing till like you're like 35 now, where it's like who would want a younger guy who has like a $100K paying job, like when you know these older guys are making like $300,000 a year, they have like Bitcoin money and shit. Like what? Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. I'm definitely nervous for the future. Like I don't think that the reality we're living in right now is sustainable for like for like a longer period of time.
Well, first we gotta like make sure we're still here. Like the planet we were talking about the other day is going to shit. Like if the entire world lived how the U.S. lived, like say waste-wise,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able to survive. Like the carbon emissions would be through the roof, and we'd literally pollute ourselves to death. Like we wouldn't be able to. Our oceans are already dying.
Yeah.
Like there's people doing good things to help, but if we keep living like it's in such a, this is why consumerism, is that the word for it?
Yeah.
We can't, like, it's good in some cases.
Yeah.
But when you just buy something just to throw it out, like where do you think that goes? Like how much energy did it take to make that? Like what emissions went into make, like that's why it's funny, like the plastic versus metal thing. Like it's like, oh, stop using plastic water bottles, but then it's like, well, what did it take to make this metal water bottle?
Yeah.
Like it takes, like we did a thing in high school where it's like you had to track like everything that went into making the plastic water bottle versus like a metal water bottle, and like the metal dude, I'm tongue twisters. The metal water bottles like took more energy and more waste than like a shit ton of plastic ones.
Yeah.
So it's like
No,
we
yeah.
may think one thing does better than the other, but everything has pros and cons.
Yeah, no, it's just like a false narrative thing. It's like you know, you want to appease these people being like, oh, like if we cut out plastic use, like, oh, we'll save the environment because so many microplastics in the water already.
Yeah.
But then like, okay, so we're gonna turn everything back into fucking tin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
stupid.
like plastic is like a god product. Like it is. It's like a perfect product. It's hard to replicate something that's better than plastic. Look how many things are plastic. Everything around it is plastic.
Everything.
It's cheap. It's easy to produce, and we'll never run out.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay, if we run out of like oil, okay, like
petroleum,
then we'll run out of plastic. But like for the time being, we have more oil than we could pump. So like,
that's the thing, and there's just so much of it. Like we need to, instead of like not using it, I feel like we need to like find a way to reuse it better. Like we actually do need to recycle. Like,
yeah, dude, like that whole recycling thing is crazy because like if you put a water bottle in the recycling bin that's like full, like they won't recycle, they won't do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like they just throw it out.
Yeah, it's stupid. And if you can't, like, that's the thing, like they can't recycle water bottle like caps.
Yeah.
Like, and if you have like some liquid in it or something, they can't recycle it.
Yeah.
Like we need to find a better way. And
like just fucking pour it out. I don't like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry to the recycling people, like to ask you to do more labor, but just fucking pour it out. It's really not that hard. Just literally look at the movement on the camera. It's not that hard to do. I mean, I guess there's probably problems with that. Like I'm sure they're trying to manage like a crap ton of waste at once.
Waste.
Like it's definitely tougher than that. But if like people need jobs, like I mean, dude, a sanitation job is not that bad.
Dude, they get paid pretty well.
Yeah, their pensions are high.
Yeah. What do you think we're gonna do about waste? Like, honestly, even in the sky, like, well, first before we get to the sky, let's stay on Earth. But the water, the trash aisle, that's like as big as France. That's just floating around. Like, what the fuck? What do we do about that?
There's nothing we can do.
There has to be something. We can't let that just sit. It's
Dude,
really
in like the middle of the
huge.
Pacific Ocean. Like
It's massive.
it's
just
like
chilling.
It's just out of like, it's just like out of sight for like everyone. Like no one like just really thinks about it. Dude, because the problem is like in Asia, there's like I can't conceptualize the amount of people in India and China, right? Like
so
the U.S., we already think like we're from the New York area. Like there's a crap ton of people in the New York area, right? And that's probably like a percentage of the amount of people in China, for an example.
Yeah.
There's like a billion people in China. There's only 300 million people in the U.S. Like that's more than half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's less than half. Like
and that's why we're under their fucking thumb.
yeah, exactly. And so, dude, like the waste that we produce, times that by 1.5.
Dude, and we ship them we used to ship them our waste. Like the United States
Yeah.
used to sell them our
Dude,
waste.
that's
And
a
then they're like,
business.
nah, we're not taking your trash anymore. And we're like, what the fuck do we do with all this trash now? China's
burn
not
it.
taking it.
Send it straight to the moon. Send it
to
straight to the moon.
Oh my gosh.
That's like, dude, and also the other problem too is like, did you see how many satellites there are just like in space?
That's like it's insane.
And one of them could just come crashing down at like any moment that like are decommissioned. Like one day we could just be like sitting like, you know, in our rooms and something just crashes from the sky and like, you know, idiots like us would be like, oh, it's a UFO. Like, oh no, it's just AT&T's fucking mind control satellite. Like,
and there's just gonna be more and more and more and more. Like if you look, there's a satellite. I don't know what you have to look up to see it, but if you look up like all the satellites around the Earth, it's literally you can't even like see the Earth. There's just so many.
No, I'm sure like pictures, like if you know how they took that picture, like the famous one in like the 60s, like when they went to the moon, they took the picture of the Earth. Like I'm sure it would look different today.
Yeah.
Like just the amount of satellites that are in the sky.
So many.
Dude, and like there's also like a huge thing too. Like there's always a problem. Like they can just collide.
Yeah.
And like imagine like a really important satellite, right? Like let's say the Verizon satellite collides with like the AT&T satellite. Everyone loses their communication effort. Like there's no internet.
I don't get that stuff.
I don't know if that would happen, but like let's
there has to be someone that like regulates that
dude,
stuff.
that's like an apocalypse scenario.
Yeah.
Like that would be terrifying. Imagine if no one can get on their phone.
Dude,
like,
that's like if someone was telling me this the other day, it's like if we get nuked, like the cloud creates it so the signal can't get to us anymore. Like so we'd lose all cellular stuff, all internet. We'd literally fall apart.
I'm not saying
would be in shambles if we lost our internet.
I'm not saying I want to get nuked, right? No,
I
that's not a good idea.
Get nuked
but
either. It would
I would
be
love
near
to live
us.
in a
We'd get
society without
destroyed.
technology.
I think there's pros to it.
Yeah, I know, but like also I do want to know what it was like to grow up with like my great grandpa.
Yeah,
like,
just go outside. Have some
like
friends.
what did they do? Like I don't understand. Like
yeah.
Like I could never be without my phone. Like I could never walk to class without like my AirPods. Like how could they
listen to
possibly just like just okay, let's just read the New York Times every morning. Like, oh yeah. Like
Listen to
dude,
the
but like
radio.
you gotta think like controlling the narrative is bad now. Think about it back then.
True.
Everyone consumed like newspaper stuff. You could write whatever you wanted on a newspaper. Who's actually gonna check it?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on in fucking Europe when you live in New York? You have no idea.
I mean,
That's what happened in World War I. Like that's how the US got involved in World War I. Like it was literally just like fake propaganda. Like so like now propaganda's bad too, but like you look at it another way too. Like, me and you have the power to just search up what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They literally look at something and like I don't know. It could be like the Lusitania got sunk in England and like US passengers died, right?
Yeah.
Like and like in the US like
Didn't
everyone
we sink
hears
that
that
ship too?
No, I don't
Wasn't
even
that
know.
like a
no,
theory?
yeah, it was like a whole
Like the
theory
US
that
just
the
sunk
US did
it
it.
just so
yeah,
we could
no,
get
the
involved.
like the US literally just did it. Like
Oh my gosh.
just so we can like and
So
dude
we
that
could
was
get
like
involved in the war.
that was like this I would say the Civil War was probably like the start of like the US military industrial complex. Like literally like we just have war for the economy.
Yeah, the war is a moneymaker.
Oh, 100%. Like if you don't if people listening to this like don't understand the amount of money that goes into war, like please watch the movie War Dogs.
Yeah.
Like please. It's going to change your perspective on every aspect of like war in the United States. Starting in Vietnam, it was really bad.
What was going on?
Oh, so basically the Vietnam, it carried on for like so
Yeah.
fucking long. Like no one understood why it was carrying on.
Yeah.
Like it's literally because U.S. Steel, you remember U.S. Steel? Like that was like a big monopoly back in the day. Because it started like Carnegie and J.P. Morgan.
because they were making the skyscrapers.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
needed all
Yeah,
the
and
steel.
they started making all the steel for like the war machine shit.
Yeah.
So they kept lobbying Congress to keep the war going on, so they could keep making money, and the government would just keep
Fucker
buying the fucking tanks and shit, just so they just get the contracts. It's all taxpayer money. It doesn't.
Yeah.
There is no real money to these people that can purchase these contracts. Like they're just like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like let's just get $1 billion worth of steel.
Yeah.
And look who makes the money from that? U.S. Steel. The taxpayer doesn't benefit from bombing kids in Vietnam. What does it matter? Like, do people like don't understand that? Like, that's when like that's when I say like when like Joe Biden like bombed Syria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my first thought process, because I understand this stuff, is going by oil.
Yeah.
Like go and purchase war stuff, because when Trump was in president, like let's be honest, we didn't get into many conflicts. Like maybe in the beginning we did. People can rue me for that. Then in the beginning there was some stuff, right? But like for the past 2 years there was no conflicts. Joe Biden's in office for what?
Like
40 days, and we've already had an airstrike on Syria. Like, I'm saying, like, follow the money. Like this is what's gonna happen now. Like, look at oil stocks, right? Everyone's freaking out this week because all the tech stocks are down. I knew going into it that all of Joe Biden's friends in D.C. are all war people. They're all war dogs. This is what they do, right? They've been in D.C. for years. During the Vietnam War, they've been in D.C. for years.
They've been there so long.
They know exactly what's going on. I'm sure they had meetings with like Chevron, ExxonMobil, and stuff saying like, oh, I mean, yeah, we'll probably bomb some kids, right? But like, look at the profits we can make, right? All the tech stocks are down, then oil is like fucking skyrocketing. Prices of gas are $33. Like, it was less than $1 in 2019. It's crazy.
Dude.
Like the pandemic. So I want to give you a theory, right?
Yeah.
So with the pandemic, right? You saw the price of oil go so far down because there was no demand, right? It created the perfect opportunity for these people to go out and buy a crap ton of oil stocks, covered calls, all this stuff, just so when their guy wins president, the oil prices are going to shoot back up and these company profits go through the roof because they cut off the pipeline. There's no more supply again. Where do they have to go? They go straight to the Middle East. Yeah. Like, it's insanity.
Yeah,
like,
I could see that being true.
Dude, like, I always advocated in like my group chats. I was like, one day oil will come back. Like, don't think for a second because the pandemic created this new normal that it means that Tesla is going to be like the next ExxonMobil. Like, look how many cars are out there right now.
A lot.
How many cars are parked at our house that are electric vehicles?
None.
Exactly.
Because they're so expensive.
Exactly.
We don't have the money for it.
Exactly. Yes, it's an environmental thing, but is it economically feasible for the 99% of people in the United States?
No, it's not. But where does that energy that you plug into the wall come from?
Yeah, no, it's
the same shit.
And Elon Musk is like, oh, like we'll create like this like an insane amount of solar fields, right? Like, oh yeah, that's all fine. But then look what it does to like the actual environment. Like, so me and my friends are talking at home. It's like, oh, if we just buy like let's just say like 100 acres of land in fucking Nevada for like $10 an acre, like it's a no-brainer, right? Because you can just put solar fields on it, but like it fucks up the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, and it only
you're just gonna lay solar fields out like for miles and miles. Like, oh yeah, that seems like a really good way to make renewable energy, but like, is it like it's not even what's the word? Like, it's not good for the environment either. Like, it still fucks with everything.
There has to be a better way to get energy because those solar panels, they get like around 30% like conversion rating, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like we need to find a different way to get energy.
I got something for you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, Van, look up nuclear fusion.
Oh shit. Dude, but that shit too, like uranium runs out.
No. Dude, this is the next thing.
Nuclear fusion?
This is not fission, fusion. Fusion's not the nuclear power plant. Just recutting the definition.
Here, wait. Go up to the mic.
Here, come here and read it.
Get in here, cutie.
Just make sure it's not fission. Fusion.
Nuclear fusion, a nuclear reaction in which atomic nuclei of lower atomic number fuse to form a heavier nucleus with the release of energy.
Nice.
Okay, so, dude.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, so China, right? Like, they have their unlimited money and unlimited labor. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that's the energy that's in the sun, right? Like, that's how the sun operates.
Yeah.
So scientists have been thinking about this for years. We just never really knew about it because, like, it's a theoretical idea that if we can create nuclear fusion, not fission. Fission's how plants operate, right? And that still creates problems. What do we do with all the waste?
Yeah.
If we can replicate what the sun does on a smaller level, is it going in?
Yeah, you're good. You're chilling.
All right. If we can replicate what the sun does on like a micro level, we'll be able to power the Earth for years.
On a micro level.
No emission whatsoever, because it's like, again, it's just fusion. It's just atoms combining, right? So, but it has to be like literally like the temperature of the sun, right? So like
hot.
Yeah. So there's different ways of doing it. It's a bunch of magnets and shit. Like, dude, it costs billions of dollars. Right? There's going to be one that comes out soon with the EU and the US partner to make it. Yeah. It's going to be like a scientific one for like experiment.
Yeah.
Like, they said that like it has to be like a certain amount of watts neutral. So if it creates like, say if it takes like 1 gigawatt to make one thing of carbon, right?
Yeah.
Like one thing of gas. Like, so that's neutral. But like in order for it to be financially feasible, like it would have to be like 1 makes like 16, right? Like that, and that was like the prediction that like it could do that. The whole thing about that is it creates like clean energy, and like endless energy. It doesn't. Once we could figure out how to make it, it's like it will be the next thing, like no matter what. But the problem is, dude, like it is so. It's like space travel, dude. Like it's so expensive. Like we could go to Mars if we wanted to. It's just like a matter of do we want to spend billions of dollars on going to Mars? Like I don't know.
Just looked at us.
Yeah, whatever.
Should I shut the blinds?
Yeah, whatever. And
Ben, can you shut the blind?
yeah, come on, man. And
Oh fuck, she saw us.
what do you mean she's pointing us
Yeah,
out?
she pointed us out.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to end this.
I don't want to end this either.
They're probably fine. Nice, man.
Thank you, Van.
And it's that one's fine. Whatever. Damn. If they come in here, they come in here. We'll get it on camera. It'll be funny.
That would suck.
It'll be a nice blooper. All right. This part will be cut out, I guess.
No, I don't cut.
Okay, we
It
won't cut it.
stays in.
Okay, yeah. So,
I stay-
like, dude, in China, right? So they have, like, they have stuff that we don't understand, right?
Yeah.
So this is the U.S., but, like, they're made, like, a fake sun. Like, they've literally done it. Like, they have it in their capability to make, like, a miniature version of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be able to power, like, their entire country. Like, maybe 2 or 3 of these devices will power everything. It's like the Tony Stark, like, it's an arc reactor. It's what it
Yeah.
is. Like, it's
That's
insane.
I don't get that at all.
No, dude, like it makes no sense. I mean, like again, like me and you are both not science guys,
no.
but like I don't get it at all, but like all I understand is that like it's the next thing. Like it's kind of been something where like they've kind of hid from us, but like they don't talk about it as much. Nuclear fusion, it's going to be the next fucking big thing, and it's sick, honestly. But like I don't know. I don't know what they have.
I don't know what they have either. Dude, that's the whole thing. We don't know. They keep their technology hidden from us. Well, to hide it from our enemies. Nick. But yeah, that whole thing, they just found like, I don't know. There's just oh my gosh.
Yeah, so what?
Killing the lungs.
I already had COVID. I don't care anymore.
Fair. COVID sucks. Yeah, I don't know. All this military stuff, like I bring it up all the time. Like the new the new element they found from the crash site in Roswell, New Mexico.
What is it, like element 1? It's like
they call it like nitrium or something like that, and it's like it slows the speed of light. It can bend its shape and like remember its form, which is insane.
Oh, I did see that.
And
It's like
so
the lightest metal. Yeah,
it's so light.
It's like lighter than like air almost, right?
It's
like
insane.
Yeah, I saw that too. And it's like indestructible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like we've had that for 50 years.
Oh yeah, we have no idea what they do, dude. Like
We've had it for 50 years.
I was like watching this whole thing. It's like all this like the communication stuff. It's been around since the Cold War.
Yeah.
It's just like it was a matter of when they can adapt to consumers.
Yeah, because
like, that
it's
was the whole
always
thing.
made for military first.
Yeah, and like
then it comes to
dude,
us.
the U.S. is building like the most powerful laser for the military ever. Like,
laser's sick.
dude, what the fuck is that gonna do to someone?
It
if you-
vaporizes them.
Yeah, if you get hit with a laser, like
your
your brain is fried,
No, you are fried.
dude.
It incinerates you. It incinerates anything it touches.
Dude, and they're gonna be able to like make that micro and like there won't be ammo anymore. It'll just be lasers.
We are living in Star Wars.
I know,
We
it's
literally have
happening
lasers.
It's happening in front of our eyes, and like people don't understand that. Like it's happening in front of our eyes.
China's making super soldiers.
Yeah, no, they're genetically modifying their babies to be super soldiers. Like everyone needs to listen to this and understand that like China is coming for us. Like we're so fucked. Like you think that like we're making genetically modified super soldiers? Like
We might be.
we might be. We don't know. We don't know what the hell
But
goes
like
on.
I don't get that, like why they're making genetically modified humans, because it's like we're fighting with like technology now. Like we're not like going in with bayonets anymore. Like why do you need a super soldier?
It's like a whole beef thing, dude. It's like the Soviets used to have like their military parades, like flex all their bombs and stuff. It's like oh, like China just has like these like monster unit guys that are just all in the military. Like they're not like random kids from Arkansas. Like they're like, oh, I want to go be a Marine. Like, oh yeah, like that's fine. Like these kids are, it's like Sparta. Like you know how like in Sparta, like this is
they
what
prided
they did.
themselves on that.
Like they train their kids from the time they're like 2 years old. Like, oh, like you're gonna be fighting to die.
Yeah.
Like this is what this is what like China's doing. Like on a massive level.
Fair.
Like it's
I'm more of an Athens guy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Sparta, those guys are, I think, like 400 BC and, like, that time period is the coolest time period.
I have a theory that, like, I think that there was, like, some kind of catastrophic event that stopped the growth. It could be the Black Plague or, like, the Middle Ages, right? That stopped the growth of humanity. Because, like, if you look at places like if you look at, like, the Maya civilizations or, like, Egypt, right? They were so much more advanced than, like, fucking, like, medieval Germany. Like, they had full plumbing. They had everything. They somehow were perfect mathematicians. They knew exactly how to put their pyramids up. But, like, somehow all of that knowledge was just lost.
Yeah.
And, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's some period, like, and they say it's the Middle Ages, but, like, that's so vague. Like, okay, like, yeah. So, okay, the Black Plague killed, like, I think it was, like, more than 50% of Europe.
There's a lot.
Yeah, so, like, was it lost in that? Like, I don't know.
I think it was before that. I think it's so naive to think we're the smartest people that's ever been on this planet.
No, yeah.
Like, I think we've also lost our spirituality.
Yeah.
Like, in the way of, that's what, like, all those ancient civilizations were, like, the pyramids and all this stuff were, okay, well, we don't know why the pyramids were built.
No, no one knows.
You see worship in all these tribes across the world. Like, we've lost that side. And when I say spirituality, it's a connection with God. Like, really. Because there is a creator. I'm saying it. There is.
Yeah. There's no coincidence.
There's
no coincidence.
Look at the way everything is made and tell me something didn't make that. Like,
okay, Charles Darwin, you fucking pinned it, right? Like nice, man. He's credited with, like, the theory of evolution. Like, oh yeah, like that's.
I'm not saying evolution didn't happen.
No, yeah, 100%.
It's real, but this stuff it's made in a way that, I don't know. Just look into it.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, what was I saying? Oh yeah, back into them, the what's it called? The Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened either. Because, this is the thing. I was talking about my buddy Cohen it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Cohen. Yeah. But I was talking about, he thinks there could have been, like, a nuke that went off.
Yeah.
Because there's a place where the stones, the quartz inside of them melted, but the stone's still intact. The bones that they found, they're running away from something, like, and there's radiation in that, and there's also in some spot he was telling. So the only thing that could have done that was a nuclear bomb. And another spot, like where they do test sites in Arizona for nukes and stuff, like the sand turns to glass and dust, and in, like, the Old Testament and stuff, they write how one of these, like, I forgot which instance it was exactly, but there's a catastrophic instance where, it was when, who was it? I think it was Moses. God was going to wipe out a city or something, and he told Moses, and Moses was like, there's good people in this city. Like, there's 100 good people in the city. Like, you can't destroy the whole city. And then they, like, bargained it down. He's like, all right, if there's 10 good people, you can't blow up this city. And then there wasn't 10 good people. But there was, like, 4, and then he took, like, the 4 people away, and God was like, don't turn around, or, like, you'll die. And one of the women, like, turned around and turned to ash, and, like the dust, and the whole city was, like, dust. So it was, like, a nuke. It could have been a nuke, was my point.
Dude, like, I don't, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, with the Library of Alexandria, like, that's, like, all, like, theory, right? Like, is it actually real or not? They claim it's, like, under the Sphinx in fucking Egypt, and they don't want to excavate it because, like, they don't want to, like, fuck up anything. But, like, also, like, how could, like, the same civilization in Mesoamerica, right? Like, the same civilization in the Yucatan Peninsula do the exact same thing as a civilization in northern Africa, right?
And,
like,
off the coast of Cuba that's now underwater.
Yeah, I saw that, too. It makes no sense.
With sphinxes and pyramids.
Yeah, dude, it makes sense. I saw one in Japan, too.
There's one in Japan. They're all over the world.
There's one in Japan, too.
And they're built with the universe. Like, look at the, I don't know, 'cause I watched a bunch of shit. I don't know all the information. But if you're interested, look at, like, the coordinates of these pyramids and where they are and how perfectly they're aligned with the universe. And you can't just look at the fucking stars and do this.
Yeah.
Like, they are so perfectly put. The way they're made, they're not just 3 sides or whatever.
Yeah, they're 8.
They're like
8 sides,
indented
yeah.
in. And the fact to make that, you have to be so advanced. You can't just put fucking bricks together and think that's gonna happen.
Dude, like the only way you could see the 8 sides is if you get an aerial view of the pyramids. You can't see it from ground view. You have to get an aerial view, which makes no sense.
Makes no sense. There's something to that we don't know.
Yeah, no, and like I can't stand people that are like, no, like that's how it was. Like, dude, it's just like, isn't it like more romantic to think that like there was something that happened?
Dude, there's something more to that. And people are like, oh, it's usually the simplest answer. Like, okay, so you're telling me a bunch of slaves carried tons of bricks up a pyramid in perfect order to make what's it called? A cemetery. What is it? A tomb.
Yeah.
Like
a tomb for like one
tomb,
king. Yeah.
just for one king.
Yeah.
Or do you think there's something aligned? Like, I don't know but that doesn't seem feasible to me.
Yeah.
And especially there's a stone at the top. Silva was telling me about it. It's like so heavy, and it would have been so impossible to get it up there with like levers and pulleys. Like you couldn't get it up there.
And then also inside the pyramids, there's like 5 like giant stones that could not have came from where they were getting stones. Like it came from way far down the Nile River. Like somehow they transported these stones that are more heavy than garbage trucks.
Yeah.
Up a fucking ramp that was controlled by, people are saying, like logs, that they would roll it.
Fuck your logs. Give me
like
a break.
they would roll the stone up like with like levers and stuff. Like it just, and they perfectly placed them to support the entire pyramid. Like
such bullshit.
Like, how could someone be so naive and be like, oh, these people would just, they didn't have modern technology, like they just did it all themselves. But then somehow, like, me and you can't go ahead and just build a brick wall. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, could me and you go right now?
We have
after
cranes.
This? Yeah.
Think about how long it would take to build those pyramids with the technology we have now.
Yeah. Yeah, we just man labor. Like, it just doesn't register with me like that. Like, somehow, like, there's just such a disconnect that, like, these people just did things that we just never understand. Like, something must have happened where, like, all of that knowledge or whatever they had was just lost. And you can't deny the facts. Like, this stuff is still standing today.
Yeah.
You think the fucking Empire State Building will be standing 10,000 years from now? No. It doesn't make any sense.
It won't.
And
we don't.
Apparently those things are modern marvels.
Yeah.
Like, apparently that is. But then the pyramids and, like, and the pyramids in Egypt and what happened in India, like, that stuff has been there for thousands of years.
It's actually insane.
It's like outlived most, like, species on the planet. At the time those were built, mammoths were on the planet. Like, it's just insane to think about. Like, I don't get how we, like, why is it a pyramid too? Like, there's so many questions.
Dude,
like,
there's so many weird things, and it's also very interesting. I think Tesla was onto it. I think it has to do something with energy, because where it's lined up is like the top, well, at least in Giza, is like the top third of the globe. And like Nikola Tesla's like sites where he had his like, I don't know what the fuck they're called.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, those freaking
things,
like those like things that you look
His
like you touch and you're
laboratories.
just like
Yeah,
fucking like just incinerate. Yeah.
Exactly. He had those lined on the same longitude, latitude, the one that's horizontal. Longitude? Is that the one? I don't know.
Van, look that up.
Not the one that goes up. How do I should know longitude.
Fact check.
Yes, take my advice. I can't even know the difference between longitude and latitude.
No, fact check him on that.
I think flat. What is
I'm gonna say longitude is a flat one.
I'm gonna say longitude though. Longitude.
Yeah. Man, maybe latitude is like this because you're going up. Yeah, because if you're going up on a plane, like, think about it, you're going
up a ladder.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Wait, so it's latitude?
Latitude, longitude.
All right, so it's on the same latitude.
Yeah.
And all his sites, Long Island, like, they're all aligned, like, across the country. They're all on that same latitude line. Mm-hmm. Same with the pyramids of Giza. They're all on the same exact one. And when you go south to the bottom 2/3, then you have, like, the southern pyramids, like, all lined up. The sunken ones in Cuba, the ones in Mexico, like, they're all on the same line.
Yeah, they're all colluded with each other. Like, oh, let's just do this together, but, like, we don't have any form of communication.
Yeah.
Like there was no form of communication. How could they have done that?
There's none. But then we don't know if there's none.
Would they like take canoes across the Atlantic Ocean?
Dude,
Like,
but that's the thing. Why the third is important is because the number 3. It's literally the magic number. We see it everywhere. Like the strongest like structure is a 3, like a pyramid. That's the strongest base, I think, right? A pyramid's the strongest base, or a triangle is the strongest base. Pretty sure. Yeah. Triangle's the strongest base. Like the Holy Trinity, like pi, 3.1415. It always goes back to 3.
Yeah.
Like Tesla's like, if you could figure out why 3, 6, and 9 are the most important things, like important numbers, like you could understand the world. Like what is so important about these numbers?
yeah.
I don't know.
No.
No one knows.
No. We'll probably never know.
I think we will in our lifetime.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. Like, did you see that whole Israeli scientist guy that said like Trump like knows the aliens and he's gonna like these people are like well-renowned scientists, like, and they're just coming out and saying these like insane things, and like, you know, like fucking Twitter looks at this like, oh no, misinformation.
Misinformation.
Done. They just wipe out the face of the earth. Like
It's misinformation because you don't believe it.
yeah, it just
Like,
they wipe out
because
the
it
face of the earth.
doesn't
It's
line
fine.
up with your beliefs. It's misinformation.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, but like also like, am I gonna sanely believe that
Yes.
Donald Trump, the
Yes.
apprentice,
Yes.
that guy, knew fucking extraterrestrial beings? Like,
Yes,
I don't know
he's
if
the
I
president.
can believe that.
Dude, I can go into my whole spiel on aliens. They're here. And one, I don't know if they're aliens or they're humans from the future. I really don't. They could be either. Like
I think the humans from the future thing makes more sense.
it does make more sense. I think it makes more sense. Because aliens, there's definitely, obviously, I believe there's other life out there in our galaxy and in other galaxies. Like, there's obviously has to be. We're not the exception. But the human aspect makes way more sense to me. Like, they literally look like us, evolved with technology. They're warning us about technology. They're telling us to take care of our planet. They're not harming anyone. Like, they know how to hide. They know how all our stuff works. They can communicate telepathically with their fucking microchips in their heads, whatever they have, whatever they're using. I don't know if it's telekinesis, like where they could just do it with their brains, or they're using microchips in their heads, which Elon Musk is literally making right now. And the whole, dude, it's funny too. Like, the Bible was literally warning about this stuff. Like, all the stuff it said is literally coming true. Like, there's this, it talks about like Armageddon and how the mark of the beast will be in the forehead or your arm. And it's like, it's a chip. It's like a microchip.
Dude, I have to say, this, like, everything we just talked about all relates to the movie Interstellar. You have to see it.
I watched it.
You did.
Yeah, it's awesome.
My
favorite movie.
Remember how I said about population's going to decline? That was like one of the main problems in Interstellar was like they had too many engineers and shit where no one did anything else. So they had the problem of like there isn't enough farmers. There's no food. Like, everyone went to college to go be an engineer. Everyone went to college to go freaking, I don't know, be a doctor. There's too many of that.
Yeah, we need a shift. That's why I think we need a shift to. I really do like the lab made meat. I think that's the future. And right now, we've made it. We've literally grown meat from the cells of living cows. But the fact is, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So until we can learn how to industrialize it and get it fast moving, like that's. But I don't know. There's people investing in it now. Like, I think it's gonna come out in the next like decade where it's gonna be, you could buy lab-grown meat, and I don't think people are gonna want it because it's like, oh, I don't want to buy.
Don't give
lab-grown
McDonald's
meat.
that technology. Don't do it,
Dude. But look at how much that solves.
I know.
It cuts the methane. We're not slaughtering millions of billions of cows every day. Like, we could actually grow food and let these animals like roam, and we won't have to mass produce all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible what we do to these animals. Like, it really is. Literally look at what McDonald's or Burger King or any restaurant, like, I don't know about any restaurant, what they do to
Majority of restaurants.
most restaurants, supermarkets, they have these animals in fucking cages.
Yeah.
Like, tight cages. Feed them, give them corn, all this. The GMO corn, there's so much that goes into it. They're like, oh, we don't use GMOs on our animals, but they use the shit like GMO corn so it grows whatever, how they use it. And then they feed it to the animals, and it's like, oh, we don't give it. But, dude, you're giving it to them. We're eating shit. And we see it now. There's a study where it's like male semen is like, it's not working anymore. Like, it's not as, it's so crazy. It's like not as effective as it used to be. It's like down some crazy percent because of the stuff we're putting into our body.
Yeah,
like what we put into our body affects us.
Yeah, Bill Gates, come on, man. Sterilization, dude, come on. This is stuff they foreshadowed like in the 1900s. That's like it's all just like coming out now, and like we're gonna start seeing it more in our lifetimes. Where like there's some serious consequences. Like look, I fucking do this. All right, Mom, if you see this, I'm sorry. But like
Sorry,
anyway,
Mr. Triolo.
But like I'll say this, like we have no idea what this is gonna be in like 50 years, dude. Like we know what's going on with cigarettes. Like, do you think this is any better than that?
I'm gonna say worse, probably.
Probably worse. Probably worse. And I'm relying on modern technology to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like is that gonna be like what we're gonna do? It's like, oh, like with the Neuralink stuff, like it could cure Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna push it off until that technology comes out. We could just cure these diseases that have been around for millions of years. Like we're just gonna be able to fix everything with technology. Like I think that's gonna cause more problems.
Yeah. You said that's there. I saw a funny quote. It was like, with every problem science solves, it reveals 10 more. It's like the Hydra. You cut off one head, 10 more pop out, or two more pop out. But it's never ending, and like we really need. I think the answer is like, really, we have to look at ourselves and like notice what is human, like what makes us human. Like we have to stick with these things, and I think spirituality is so important in that regard because it's not. You're not idolizing false shit like money, lust, food, whatever. You're idolizing love. Like that's the only thing that can make people happy. And I don't know, I feel like we've lost that a lot. And that's what I think the people in the past, like these Aztecs and Mayans had. They had that spirituality. They understood consciousness.
Yeah.
They understood that just because we can't see something doesn't mean it's there.
Yeah.
Not there.
Yeah.
You know? Like this whole wave there's something more to it that we're missing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. To change topics a little bit, we talk about Hydra. Have you seen WandaVision?
Dude, I'm becoming less interested in Marvel movies. It's making me sad.
Dude, I just finished it. Check it out.
Yeah.
Like I was on your team too. I was like, you know, Endgame's done. Like fuck the new segments of Marvel. Like it's not gonna be as good. Like they can't top like Iron Man. Like all those people. Like they're not gonna get the same actors. Like, but like with this show, dude, like it starts off weird. It's like a whole multiverse theory. It starts off weird, like the 1950s, like sitcom, like Dick Van Dyke show.
Yeah, I watched the first few episodes and I just
exactly.
Get into it.
Like that's the whole thing. Like the first few episodes, like I was like questioning it. I'm like, what is this? Like, what even is this? Dude, the last few episodes are fucking crazy.
Really?
Yeah, they're crazy. And, like, I mean, like, who's to say there isn't a multiverse, right? Like, and there probably is.
I don't know.
But, like I do respect them and how much time they put into those movies. Yeah. Like, you could always say, oh, it's like mass consumerism. They plug in ads and stuff. But, like, they put in so much time into making those movies perfect. Like, just the amount of writing they have to do. Everything in the set has, like, a perfect place for it. They put things in there for a reason. For people on YouTube, like, New Rockstars guy. You're never going to hear this, but, like, he just knows everything.
Yeah.
Dude, he goes into the scene. He'll just zoom in on one thing, like, and it'll be, like, some like, little, like, number combination that could be, like, the number combination of the same comic. Like, it's just the thought process that goes into making, like, this show in particularly. Like, it's insane. I can't imagine how long they wrote the show for. Like they must have a lot
of smart people.
Like that's how creative you have to be to write those shows. Like the Russo brothers do such a good job of like making that stuff. Like say what you want about Marvel. I know people fucking hate it and like they think it's nerdy, but like it's a better production than a majority of the movies you fucking watch. Like stop with all this like BS of like oh cinema like blah blah blah. Like this stuff is like insane. Like they really put time into this. Like
they do.
Like and you know you lose the art of cinema, right? Like you know there is no like the Sundance Festival or the Tribeca Film Festival. Like those movies, they're not mass produced. But also like with like the new wave of movies, like it's insane. Like the CGI stuff is insane, dude. We don't even know many people that could do that. How many people actually can do that?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even computer stuff. They have to literally sit there and do this. Like, it's insane.
I remember we were talking about like the Pixar stuff, like for Sully's hair.
Yeah.
They really have to like draw every single hair because like for every frame, it's like ridiculous how much time and effort goes into it. But I do think like I don't like the trend movies are going in because there are just big blockbuster movies.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need to see everything doesn't have to be in a fucking universe.
Yeah.
King Kong, I'm excited for him to whoop Godzilla's ass.
Yeah.
But like we don't need more universes.
Yeah,
just
I
give me
agree.
standalone movies that are solid. Like
Yeah.
that's why I really like Quentin Tarantino movies. Like I think they're so good.
Yeah.
And like Christopher Nolan. Like his
Yeah.
movies are so good. Like I love them because I like movies that make me think.
Yeah.
Like Interstellar is so good.
Oh my
Like
god.
they're so good.
Dude, but again, like I say with like the Marvel movies too, like that movie, the amount of stuff they put into that movie.
Yeah.
Like just the physics like all the physics con stuff, like all of like just the CGI with that too, like that's insane
lore.
to me. Yeah, they use
The lore is insane.
Dude, they did a really good job at taking like a classic, movie script, right, and using like very good modern elements to make like I think that movie's one of like the most beautiful, perfect movie. It's
Which
scored Interstellar. It's scored like
it's so good.
perfectly. Like everything about the movie is like perfect. You say what you want, Matthew McConaughey. I love Matthew McConaughey.
I love him so much.
Like just like
Please rub my belly, Matthew McConaughey.
yeah, dude. Just like that movie's just like perfectly done.
It's so well done.
And like some movies, like you could see there's flaws in it. Like that movie, there's no plot holes. Like it's just so perfect.
And they even like the fifth dimension that he went into. They even made it like able for us to understand. Because like the fifth dimension and the fourth dimension, like that's not the whole thing. Like we're not gonna understand it. Our brains can't comprehend it. But they actually like made it in a way to make us understand. Like the science was there. Like didn't they have like a I don't know, like a metaphysics guy like on set the entire time making sure like everything was accurate?
Yeah. Dude, like Neil deGrasse Tyson like went over the movie on like a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like he was explaining how like you remember in the scene where like they're talking about the lines, right? Like how he was alternating like the light, right? That's how you measure space-time. Like they really took the time in that movie to make sure it's like theoretically scientifically accurate.
These theories.
Like it's insane. But did you see we saw Tenet.
Yeah.
It was so much harder to comprehend though. Like
yeah.
I think Interstellar was the best out of like the three, like Inception, Interstellar, Tenet. Like
I didn't really like Tenet.
Either.
I gotta be honest.
I didn't like it that much either, but I mean I definitely see it more than once.
Yeah.
I didn't see it more than once.
I saw it in the theater that one time, and like I was like looking into that time stuff before I saw the movie, just like because that's what I'm interested in, like all this shit. So I saw it like right when it started. I'm like, oh fuck, like this is just gonna be a time thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, yeah, it was just a time thing.
It's like
and
a
it seemed like it was
universe.
Yeah, it was like just relying on a trope.
Yeah.
For the entire movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was really cool. Like the whole thing. Like there's some really cool scenes. Like especially in that like lab room where they switched with like like that was really dope. Like I think that was so well shot. Like I think it was beautiful. But I don't know. It felt like it was just relying on a trope. Like I couldn't even hear them talk half the time.
Yeah.
And it was just.
No. Like it's a cool concept, but like it's hard to top something like Interstellar. Like you think Christopher Nolan's gonna ever top the movie? Probably not.
Dude, I don't think he can.
Like it's just like perfectly done.
So good.
It's just like it's like a Star Wars, right? All the Star Wars they make now, like they like we don't even want to talk.
Give me
about
the
that.
prequels. I love the prequels.
I don't even want to talk about
Revenge
new
of the
Star
Sith
Wars.
is lit.
I don't want to talk about new Star Wars, like Disney Star Wars, China Star Wars, dude. It's
China.
terrible.
That's really what it is. It is China
Star Wars is terrible. Like,
gosh, get
like
under. I hate how we're under China's thumb.
How could George Lucas literally look at these movies and be like, "Oh, these are perfect"?
I don't think he
They're
said that.
terrible.
I think he doesn't like them.
They're terrible.
Yeah, they suck.
Like I don't. People who like those movies, like fuck you. Like they suck.
Really to make money.
Yeah, they're literally
They're
just
all
plugged to make money with the Star Wars brand, and they can make more amusement park stuff with it. They can make more merchandise. Like,
dude, I went to Disney. I love Disney. I love the idea of Disney.
Yeah,
what they represent, what they say they represent. I don't actually like what they do represent, like what they are. They're literally just a money-making business.
Yeah.
But I like what they say they represent. But I went to, like, I love Disney World. Like, I went to Galactic. What is it called? The new Star Wars place. And I went on that new ride. Holy shit. It is the best ride I've ever been. It's not even a ride; it's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Have you been there?
I haven't
Have you
been to
been
Disney
there?
in a while.
I've been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland a lot.
Oh fuck yeah!
I've done all the Star Wars Disneyland.
Yeah, the Star Wars shit's crazy.
Star Wars shit.
Dude,
Star
like,
Wars
it's
shit's
insane.
crazy.
It's a brand. It is a brand
though.
It's a
But I
brand.
love getting sucked into it. I'm
Yeah.
such a bitch when it comes to Disney.
Yeah, dude,
I will
mean,
bend
Disney,
over for
they
Disney.
They control the world. Like
They do.
You,
They
you
own
don't realize
everything.
They
They
own
own
ESPN,
everything.
dude.
They
They own LeBron.
Everything. They
Like
own
what the fuck?
Everything. They own everything. When you look, like, that's what my production class is looking at. It's like we're looking at who owns this stuff. Like, why the whole thing. It's like media literacy. Like, know who's giving you this content, why they're giving it to you. Like, you have to ask questions. Like, we have to question authority. We have to question everything, but especially authority. People in power like that, like, they can just do whatever the fuck they want. Like, they don't want people to know that the people have the power.
Yeah.
Like, the people have the power, but the way they control us is they make us fight internally so we don't question that shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's literally, we see it anywhere. Like, if you want people to fight and not, like, you create conflict and have people tear each other out from the inside out so you could just continue doing whatever the fuck you want.
Dude, with Disney though, it's like it started from like a small sketch with Mickey Mouse, right? And it's created this
I love
behemoth, multi-billion-dollar company that controls all facets of media, anywhere from news to fucking animation shorts,
Sports.
everything. They control everything.
And they're still gaining more.
Yeah, exactly.
assets.
Disney Plus was the perfect idea.
Yeah,
it's genius. Like they're gonna, because they also own Hulu too. So like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
They
Like-
own Hulu too.
like for everyone who watches like Solar Opposites and shit like that, that's all Walt Disney. Like
They own everything.
it's all Walt Disney. Like it's insane. I love Stephen A. Smith. Like they were talking on like First Take. You ever watch that show?
No, I really don't like watch sports that much.
Dude, like so Stephen A. Smith was like talking and he was on Snoop Dogg's like show. And Snoop Dogg asked him like ass or tits and he goes, "Well, I'm contracted by Walt Disney. So, I'm not really supposed to say these things, but you gotta love that ass." And, like, it was so fucking funny. Like, dude, everyone at ESPN is contracted by Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Like the same fucking guy whose head might be fucking.
It is.
It
Definitely
probably
is. It
is.
so is.
It's just like in the amusement park, just
It's down
frozen.
there.
One day they're gonna put it back together. He's gonna fucking pop out and be like, "Dude, like what is
With the
this?"
Neuralink, we
Yeah.
might see Walt again.
Dude, it's like he's gonna pop up and be like, "Oh my god, like what Disney? The name Disney, what it became." You ever see the Mary Poppins movie with Tom Hanks?
No.
So Tom Hanks played Walt Disney, and like that was when they made Mary Poppins. It's like I forgot when that movie was made. It was a long time ago though.
Yeah.
It's older than you think.
Yeah.
And
30s.
yeah,
40s,
I think it's like 60s.
60s.
And like it's so funny that like Disney became this like giant company from what it was. Like he was trying to convince fucking Mary Poppins, whatever the author was, to let them produce this movie that ended up being like a household name.
Yeah.
Right? Like now, if me and you made a show, wouldn't we love for Disney to fucking buy it?
Yeah, that'd be
dude,
awesome.
billions, it'd be millions of dollars. We don't have to work a day in our life. We could produce a show for Disney. We're contracted by Disney. We get all the
love to work
benefits for
for
Disney.
Disney.
Dude, like it's fantastic. But like,
I would love to be an Imagineer. You
yeah,
know the
yeah,
Imagineers?
yeah,
are so
dude,
cool.
it's like a cult. It's literally like a cult.
They're so smart. They just get to play around. Okay, Disney has the tech, like the parks. Like I love the Imagineers because they're just so creative people and they just make all the rides and stuff. And oh my gosh, that stuff's so cool. No, I'd love to be an Imagineer.
Dude, like, oh my god, Disney's insane. Like,
Yeah.
Disney, Apple, fucking Microsoft. I wouldn't put them on the same. Like Google,
Amazon.
Apple, Disney, and Amazon.
It's ABC, the fucking Amazon company. ABC. Dude, Facebook sucks.
Yeah,
Wait, is that Facebook? Google? Google's Facebook.
No,
right?
no, Google's Instagram. No, Google's YouTube.
Yeah, Google's sketchy as shit.
Dude, without Google, there is no Facebook. Like theoretically, not without Google now because you have the app, but like before there was apps, right?
Yeah.
When Facebook first came out, like you had to go on Google or Yahoo to get to Facebook. Like
Yeah, it's just
Google
searching.
is like the premier software because like you need Google for almost anything.
Yeah.
Like if you want to search up some stupid shit like, oh, like how do I make this creme brulee? It's a High School Musical plug. Right? And all the people who are watching this, like Zeke from High School Musical loves to make creme brulee. Like that's.
Yes.
Have you seen High School Musical?
Yes.
Dude, that was a childhood movie. That
That
was a
was a good
favorite of
one.
mine.
That
And
was a good one. They make
like,
all
dude, you
good
look up to search of a fucking creme brulee. You're going through Google. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going
Use
through
DuckDuckGo.
Or you're going
DuckDuckGo.
through Reddit. I love Reddit.
Reddit. You use Reddit.
Sometimes.
Interesting. I like DuckDuckGo because they
Yeah,
block
'cause,
trackers
they block. Yeah.
and ads,
Mhm.
and it's awesome. And
Yeah.
you could see who's trying to track you. And every time, like, I just like to look. It's always Google.
Yeah.
It's always Google.
Yeah,
And
dude, but like,
Facebook.
the thing is, like, you know, people like me and you are gonna know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Joe Schmo in the streets and be like, oh, fucking Google it, bro. Like, when
Google.
people I know, like, that, like, don't fucking, like, go to school at all, like, whatever. They're just like, oh, Google, yeah. They don't know anything. Like, oh,
They
yeah,
know
like, Google.
everything.
Yeah, Google, it's fine.
You can literally, people can see through your camera,
Yeah.
like, even when your computer's off. Like, people think just because you turn your phone off or your computer off that they can't hear. Like, people can't hear through your technologies. They can hear, they can see, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah. No, it's insane.
It's very sketchy.
No, it's
and
insane.
It opens up a lot of, like, privacy issues.
Yeah, it's insane. But, like, are we all gonna code? Like, come on. Like,
No.
you know, like, they're, like, pushing, like, our generation to be like, oh, everyone has to learn Python, Java, and, like, all these languages. And, like, I'm looking at this shit, like, dude, like, my major's literally all writing and fucking, like, I look at this stuff and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when kids show me, like, Python code, like, then that's probably the easiest one. I'm looking at it, like, that is literally, like, harder than Chinese.
Yeah, it's a new language. It's really a different language.
But, like, to like, these kids, though, who know how to do it, like, it's like this. It's fine. They can
these
just
days.
hack whatever they want. It's like, oh, it's fine.
Oh my god, there was like a girl, like a little girl. Like when I say little, she was like 12, and she like there was a hacking competition like that they have every year, and she like hacked into the government, like the government's website in like I think it was like a minute or something.
They're taking over the world.
It's
We're so
ridiculous.
fucked.
But like we could literally have cyber wars.
Yeah, we can.
That
Just run
sucks.
war games. Just everyone plays Clash of Clans.
Yes, I love I like Clash Royale more.
I do like
love
Clash Royale. Clash Royale is a good leeway
So
away from
much
Clash of
fun.
Clans. Dude, I
5
wish I
years
can
right
get
there.
all the money I spent on Clash of Clans. I probably spent like $900 on gems. Dude, like, I'm sorry. Like, whenever like I would get like $20 here or there, like that's going straight to Clash of Clans. Like, I would gem the fuck out of my thing, dude. I had an insane base.
Oh
It was
my
all from just just random money, or like the same thing that I spent like FIFA. Like,
Yeah.
what
Dude, packs, they get so much. It's
Oh,
so
it's
easy.
so
It's
addictive.
literally gambling for
it's so
kids.
addictive. It's so addictive.
It's so addictive. But that's why I don't like back to the ads. Like advertising to children is so fucked because it puts in your head from a young age like consumerism makes you happy. You know, like you're watching SpongeBob. Like this kid in my philosophy class was trying to argue that advertising doesn't affect kids. It's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Everything, like, you may not realize it, but everything you consume as a child, your brain's so, like, susceptible to information.
Yeah.
Like, it absorbs everything. You put ads in front of this. It's like, it's terrible.
Yeah,
like, I
dude.
can't believe we can advertise to kids.
Dude,
it's
like
so bad.
like a perfect example, right? It's like me and you watch a bunch of shows in the tri-state area, like the same exact commercial. Solino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888. We all know that shit. Like, dude, if I
Damn it,
need-
Solino and
if
Barnes.
I need personal injury insurance. Like,
Why
I'm
do we
calling
know
Solino
that?
and Barnes. But let me tell you this, dude. I was in the city last weekend, bro. Okay, one of them died. Wait, Van, can you look up which one of them died?
Solino or Barnes
Yeah,
died?
one of them died. Bro,
Barnes?
one of them died. And, like, so now there's, like, a Barnes and a Solino.
No, they broke up?
Yeah, no, because one of them died. They had like a falling out, then they died.
Of course they had a falling out.
Barnes died.
Yeah, Barnes died.
Rest in peace, Barnes.
Dude, also, like, I always thought, like, one was the other. I always thought Celino was, like, the bald guy. I think Celino is not the bald guy. Barnes is the bald guy. He died in a plane crash?
Wow.
Barnes was reportedly the pilot of a plane that went down in Western New York on Friday. This is from October.
Wow, he went down in a plane crash.
Holy
Planes go
shit.
down more than we
Dude, real life,
Shit.
man. Like, fucking Celino and
Wow.
Barnes. Like,
He needed an injury attorney.
oh my god, dude. I'm sorry to the family of Celino
That's
or Barnes.
Barnes. My God.
Dude, like, just like all this advertising, she's like, we know Celino and Barnes like the back of our hand, like,
Yeah.
or Cars for Kids.
Cars for KRS, cars for kids.
That's just
Your
like
Nike
that's
cars
just
for
like
kids.
normal like folklore for us. We
Yeah.
all know it is. Or like every time you see a polar bear, it's Coke. Like,
Coke. Well, I just think of them like dying now.
yeah,
Which is
I
sad.
didn't even know polar bears exist. Like,
They could be fake. Dude, they're like, It's so
birds are
sad.
fake. But
Oh yeah,
like,
birds are fake.
I mean, even though I
obviously.
have a pet bird at home, but like, yeah,
they're fake. You
dude,
have a pet bird at home.
Dude, my bird is 17 years old now.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's
What
he's
kind
like,
of bird?
it's called a lovebird. They're from Madagascar.
That's cute.
Yeah, dude, like, he's been around for like as long as I can remember. Like, he's so smart, but like he doesn't speak. He can't speak. Like, he's just so smart, but like now, like he's getting his old age where he can't even fly anymore. He just sits every single day, just like.
That's so sad.
I don't.
What does he do?
I don't know. All he does is like when I go up to his cage, like he just like chirps at me to get water. And then
Really?
I'll go change the water out. He'll go down like take a bath, get the water all dirty again, just so I go and have to fucking clean it again. Like, dude, like he knows what's up. Like,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Birds are smart.
Yeah, no, birds are like very smart. You know, ravens are like insanely smart,
Are they?
right? Yeah, like ravens can like, I think it's like almost like 26 words I could say. Like ravens can do basic things that like human babies can't do.
Wow. Dude, that's what there's this parrot. I forgot what its name was, but it was like a genius bird. Like, you could put a bunch of things in front of it and it could tell you how many. There you'd be like, how many? It's like 18. It's like, what? And you could put like red. It's like, what color is this? It's like green. Like,
Yeah.
it answers shit. And then someone put like a mirror up to it and it's like, what color? Like, what color am I? Like, so that was huge in like the psychology world, because it shows that birds can be introspective.
Yeah,
like they can ask those types of questions.
That's like a major like aspect of like intelligence, right? They measure intelligence by like if they're self-aware. Like, elephants are self-aware, dolphins are self-aware.
Some chimps are self-aware.
Like, that's like a whole thing about it, where it's
crazy.
like birds somehow they have brains that are the size of raisins,
Yeah.
but like somehow they know that they're self-aware. Like, dude, I was watching a nature documentary. Like birds literally like put on like a show to like have sex.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, they dance around.
dude, like it's insane. They think of these things. It's like they're taught to like from a young age, like, okay, like you're gonna puff up your feathers and like do like these weird like cha-cha dances and stuff, like just to like mate. Like, it's like the same concept as us. Like, me and you will get dressed to go out on like a nice date. Like, it's the same concept.
Yeah, we
like,
humans, we're animals too.
Yeah,
like,
it's
people
just the
forget
same
that.
concept.
We're
It's
animals.
so weird. Like, and it was a aspect of it too. It's like if the bird's like a nicer leaf to do it with, like it'll get like the girl bird. Like, so like you were saying, if I have like a nicer watch, right? Like, it's like some people would be like, oh, he's rich, he's attractive. It's the same concept.
There's
it's
even
just
that
like
bird. I forgot what type of bird, but they make like their fortress and like the biggest fortress, like and they like steal from other people.
they like actually beef over it,
Yeah,
dude. Like, I saw
to get
this,
shiny things.
Like, this is sad. Like, dude, penguins like literally steal each other's babies. Like, they go out of their way to steal each other's babies. Like, if their chick dies, like they will go out and try and steal another one, or vice versa. They will kill the other ones.
That's fucked.
It's insane.
It's to get. Why do you think they do that? Is that just to get like their genes
No, I don't know.
down more? Do they eat it?
I don't know. I think just kill it.
That's fucked.
Yeah, like it makes no sense.
Happy feet.
And then that brings up the aspect like humans are so smart that they could like kill each other. Like, animals do it too. Like, it's insane.
We're so stupid though.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like a comparative thing where it's like, oh, like birds also fucking commit mass genocide, because they don't. But like
I'm just imagining like a poodle, like putting all these poodles
like
in like
poodle
in
Hitler.
in a concentration camp. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's terrible. I don't think they do that, but it's crazy. Animals are very, very smart, and just because they don't have this sort of intelligence we have, like we think of a lot of people think of animals as less than humans. I'm like, dude, they're just different. They evolved in a different way.
Yeah.
Like, they're no less than me or you.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I saw there's like a group of chimps that like are evolving into being able to use tools.
Dude,
like,
they are using tools. They're in their Stone Age.
Dude, like we're fucked. Like, we're fucked. I'm telling you, one day,
We're fucked.
like one day, like, you ever see that meme? It was like, try the bananas, darling. They're dashing. It's like literally a chimp out to dinner with someone who's wearing a suit. Dude, like one day when chimps speaking like British accents and shit, they're gonna know everything.
Dude, they're probably no smarter than
No, like gorillas can too. Like they like it's just like it's an evolutionary thing. Like we went through evolution before they did. Like they're
It's
they're
not before.
happening.
It's not before. Like, I'm taking a biological anthropology class, so we were like talking about this. It's not like we're ahead of them in a certain way. We just went down different paths. Like, we could think of it like there's a really cool diagram where it's like everyone's ancestors started in the middle of a circle, and like from that middle, there's branches that made the entire circle, and that entire circle is like every species. So we're all at the same, like we all started evolving at the same rate. It's just we went down different paths.
Yeah,
you know?
and then we forced chimps to start to move down our path. Like I'm saying, like now chimps see us and they're like, oh, like.
Do you think that's how they started to evolve, or do you just think
No.
I think that's just their like they have. I don't know,
I
because
mean-
they're very much like we have common ancestors.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
close.
yeah.
So
I mean, like, I'm not gonna come out here and say mermaids are real, but like, there's a theory that
Could be.
like they could be. I mean, look,
Could be.
I'm not gonna say a mermaid isn't real because I don't know, but like, there's like a theory that like you know when there's like a big like volcanic explosion, like a bunch of the apes like fled into the forest, and a bunch of the apes fled into the ocean, and some of them adapted to like be like like mammals in the ocean, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you look at manatees for example, or dolphins, right? Like they're very smart. Like they just adapted to live in the ocean, while we all adapted to live on land.
yeah,
Like.
that's what a lot of people get wrong about evolution. It's like it's not the strongest survive or the fastest or the smartest. It's the ones that can adapt.
Yeah.
It's the ones who can adapt are the ones that survive. And we're learning like, I forgot what it was, but like I forgot the word for it. But when a population, say of, I don't know, we could say any animal. Just think of any animal. Is you have one. They're all together, and then they get separated somehow. Like now, there's two separate gene pools, and they can evolve differently based on the environments they're in. Like over thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, you could bring them back together, and they could be two completely different animals.
Yeah,
you
look,
know?
we were just trashing like Charles Darwin and shit, and now I'm like back here like proving his theory of evolution.
Because it's true.
Yeah,
like,
no, it is.
It is, like, and we see it, and people are always like, I don't know. It's evolution's real. Like
Yeah.
we see it everywhere,
No,
and we're
it
still
is.
evolving.
No, and then the like there's a species of chimps called bonobos.
Bonobos.
Yeah, right. They live in this like part of Africa, and like they're like very fucking smart. Like they're like way smarter than the common chimp. Like, but like their whole species, like this is wrong for me to say. Like, I'm sorry if my parents watch this. Like, their whole species is like geared towards like sex, dude. Like they all like have like massive orgies. Like it's the weirdest thing. No, I swear to God, it's a real thing. Look up bonobos, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Bonobos.
They're
They just love their orgies.
No, dude, like they just have orgies. Like, and they're like so smart. They work with tools and shit. Like they're like geniuses.
That reminds me of like the Romans and the Greeks.
Yeah, no,
they
and-
loved their orgies.
Oh yeah, dude, the Romans love their orgies.
and their bathhouses.
Yeah, and like then
Oh
like
my
you have the other
gosh.
species of chimps that like like they might be stupid compared to those chimps. Like in our perspective, like they're not as smart. But like these chimps are like geniuses. Like
That's what makes me think like we can't. There's like a huge like philosophical article like what is it to be a bat? Like we don't know. Like
Yeah.
we can't tell what it's like to actually be a bat.
yeah,
You know, we can't understand what other animals like perceive. Like
Dude.
we can't understand the sonar. Like do other animals have consciousness? Like we
Yeah.
don't know.
how did dude the echolocation confuses the shit out of me. Right, like how do dolphins and like bats and whales they just send out like sound signals, right? Like I go like beep, and then all of a sudden like I get like a picture of what's going
Yeah,
on
it just
in that
hit
room.
something.
It's
like weird.
Like I don't
we can't.
understand.
We
how,
will never be
I
able
don't
to
understand how that
it.
works.
We
like,
can't.
Like that's how like the Navy like picks up like submarines
radar.
and shit. Like
It's the same
dude,
shit.
it's like insane. Like, I don't understand how animals have a capability to do that. But like also like I guess they just evolved till just
Yeah,
like
they-
boing,
they
and then
adapted
just
in a
something
way.
just comes back. Like and also bats like they hunt like mosquitoes and shit. Like the mosquitoes are like
they're
this
so
big.
small.
Like somehow they just like are like going after the mosquitoes. Dude, I love. Look, all right. If the coronavirus started with a bat, fuck that bat in
It's
particular.
from a lab.
Oh, it probably is from a lab.
And
Fuck-
people always like, dude, it didn't come from a lab. Look at the study. Look at now, huh? Dude, it's so funny because everyone who's saying it didn't come from a lab, like the new study came out, was like, it probably came from the Wuhan lab with the level 4 clearance,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm not saying they did it on purpose, like, and there's like a video of like the guy with the box, like putting it somewhere and like leaving it out. It's like, dude. It's ridiculous, and
How
people
could you
say
do
it's
this?
fake news. People like bashed Rogan so much
Yeah.
for like putting that out, saying it was propaganda, and 12 months later, it's like, ah, shit, man.
Yeah, they just paid off the WHO to like
Yeah.
just make up. Dude, they told us we didn't have to wear masks. They told us the virus doesn't spread through humans. Like, look at the record. Like, they were all on record saying this stuff. It's just like Facebook and all these companies are making it so hard for us to see it.
Yeah.
Like, it actually happened.
That's the thing with Google. When you Google something, like when there's someone who died from the coronavirus, or not from the vaccine, and if you Googled it, you wouldn't be able to find it. But if you looked on DuckDuckGo and you're like, man dies of COVID vaccine,
Yeah,
it comes
but I
up
think,
immediately.
Yeah, but I think that was like some allergic reaction to it. Like,
No, it was.
I don't necessarily think it was like because you
that's
took
I'm not.
the,
That's
like,
not
you
what I'm
took the vaccine,
saying.
you
But it
died.
was
Yeah.
because he died because he had a. It happens with any vaccine.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you can
yeah.
have. Not everyone's gonna react the same.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying the COVID vaccine is gonna kill you. Get the vaccine so we can go back to fucking normal. But like they blocked it so people weren't gonna be seeing. That's why I think there's such a problem with censorship. Like we can't censor things.
Yeah.
Like we need to be smart enough to be able to separate the shit from the truth. Like we need to be able to recognize the truth. Like the truth is the most important thing in this world. Our society wouldn't function without truth. You know?
Yeah, we got to be careful what we say because I know YouTube will like literally look at like their AI like will look at it and like if you say like the wrong thing on YouTube, right? Like they will look at it and like they'll take it out of context and like be like, oh, that vaccine disinformation, done, dude. And they do that.
They
shit.
do. It's fucked.
Because robots don't have the same like consciousness that we have. Like they can't separate sarcasm. Like they don't have the concept of sarcasm.
Yeah, no.
Right? Like
Most people don't either.
exactly. Most people don't either. But, like that's the problem with comedy now. It's like you hear something and like it's like someone will take a headline from it. It's like Bill Burr like makes fun of transgender people. Like if you listen to the whole thing, like I mean, look, like, you listen to the whole thing. Maybe since it's insensitive, but it's comedy. Like
It's funny. That's the point. The whole point of comedy is to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And laugh. Like that's comedy. That's what it does.
Yeah,
like that's the whole point of it. It's to people. I don't know. Comedy is a special sort.
Yeah, it's like it's scary that like right now living in a time where like comedy might not be here.
Dude,
now
it has to
comedy
be.
is
Comedy's gonna save
comedy's like
everyone.
fucking meme pages. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I do love meme pages, but like,
Meat pages are nice.
like dude, comedy now is like literally just like a picture of something. Like, dude, I saw this. It was like a Fortnite meme. It was just like it was like a picture of an orangutan. It was like, "Where are we dropping, boys?" And then like the under thing of it was tilted, and like that's just hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's comedy.
Why is this comedy?
Like that's
Oh my
comedy.
gosh! I'm
Like,
excited for the stand-up
dude.
scene in Austin.
Yeah, I
coming out.
saw
That's
that.
gonna be
Yeah,
huge.
it's sick because Texas is open. Like,
It's gonna be
dude, I also
huge.
saw a meme that was like, it was like a warrior, and the caption was, "If you gotta pee, then pee. If you don't." Like, why is that funny?
I don't know.
Like, why is that funny?
Like, I literally saw.
it's hilarious, but why is it funny?
I don't know. Dude.
Our generation
I
is
don't
so fucked. Like,
We are.
dude, because like I mean, you played like COD, right? You
Yeah,
played Call of Duty.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
do you ever like in the game chat shit? Like, dude,
Oh,
like,
yeah, it
what
was
we would say, like
brutal.
you can't say that in real life,
You
dude.
can't-
Like,
but that was
like-
just it was the environment. Like, no, everyone knows,
Yeah.
like, you weren't serious.
yeah,
everyone
like
was
you're just on the
fucking
COD game chat, like,
Yeah.
dude. Like the best part about it is like if we ever got like brought up on like federal charges, right?
It'd
Like,
be
or
so
anything,
funny.
like they have a record, of, like all my game chat shit I said when I'm like I don't know, like 12 years old, like literally cursing out like full grown men, like, oh, dude, like you're a fucking like 40-year-old virgin,
Yeah.
like you're playing Xbox, like fuck you. And now I'm like the older kid playing
Yeah.
Xbox, like now I'm like
So
fuck,
funny.
like
Dude, I got banned on Rocket League because I said your mom gay or
Oh
your
my
mom
God.
gay.
You can't say that. You can't say that, dude. You cannot say it's like the Discord moderators, dude. It's like when we were playing Minecraft. It's like, oh,
Yes.
you can't say that stuff on Pixelmon,
Yeah.
dude. It's so funny. Like, dude, just the COD shirt. Before there was like moderation, like
Yeah.
the Call of Duty, like fucking. You ever do like the voice message on like the Xbox 360?
Oh, that shit was. You had like
Oh my
10
God.
seconds to get your message
Dude,
across.
like I would like so like if I would be like fucking camping and like search and destroy or something like just boosting with my friend, like you
Yeah.
know boosting
Yes,
is like
yes.
and like it's so fucked. Like I hate people who boost. Like I would do it too. And like there'd be kids literally like cursing me the fuck out over this. They'd be like, "You're a fucking pussy." Like like fuck you. Like I'm gonna fuck your mom. Like all that shit. Like just over fucking like
a message.
yeah,
a
it's like-
recorded voice
like dude,
memo.
and like it's just insane. Like that's what's the
It was
kid.
so
We all
funny,
grew
though.
up now. Like that's
Yeah.
what our childhood was. Us cursing each other out on Call of Duty because we were
Yes.
boosting.
Yeah.
Like that's what our generation is. Like
Oh my
it's so
gosh.
funny to think about the things that I said on Call of Duty. The things that like we've all said on like Xbox. Like it's
Xbox. That
like
was,
you-
that
okay,
was
people
like the
blame-
cowboy
people
time. What
like
do they
oh
call it?
Trump incites violence, dude. Like if they fucking heard what like
We
every
grew up on
single
it.
person said on Xbox, like I think like my grandma would have a heart attack. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's just like it's insane. like
It's so
there
fun.
was
We
no
were so
filter.
young,
There
too.
was no filter. That's like our generation grew up in like such a weird like
gosh.
information period. Like
Yeah,
we
it
learned
did.
about stuff like so much earlier than like
everything was there.
yeah, like,
Everything was on the internet.
Like we were just like we could just say whatever we wanted to. Like we were just like, oh, it's fine. Like dude, that was the golden age of the internet. Like before censorship, like the golden age of the internet was like me going on Call of Duty game chat, and after we'd win around, me and all my friends would play. 6 of us would play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Search and Destroy. Like dude, Team Yeeman versus Team Savage. I don't understand. We had our 2 different teams.
Team Yemen,
and like,
I think it was.
Dude, I was on Team Yeeman, of course. And
Yemen.
Yeah, and
Yemen.
and dude, like Yemen. And we would just play like a private match versus all my friends, dude. And we'd be like, so what we do, we'd all be on game chat, so we couldn't hear each other when we were in the game. So it'd be like 12 of my friends. And like after the round was over, like
go ham.
we would go fucking off on each other. Like, dude, I called my friends like the worst things in the world, everything in the book, like for 20 seconds, and then the new round would start, and I'd be like, all right, boys,
But
let's
everyone
go.
would be cracking
like,
up,
all,
like, after two.
like dude, like one of my like best friends, Matt, like bro, kid would literally have like an AK-47 heartbeat sensor. We'd all play at terminal, like heartbeat sensor, fucking grenade launcher. Matt, if you ever hear this, fuck you.
The noob tubers suck.
Dude.
I hate them. If you use a noob tuber, like honestly, just throw out your Xbox. You suck.
Dude, and we played terminal. Matt would literally camp like because you could camp right by the plane. You just shoot the noob tube into the windows, and you go and blow up
So
everyone at spawn.
annoying.
Bro, like I would get so mad at these kids with their heartbeat sensor. Fucking Ryan and Matt. Fuck you guys. You guys had the heartbeat sensor and noob tube on your AK-47 because we can do whatever classes we want because we all hacked it.
Yeah.
And dude, like like just the things that would piss me off when I was 12 years old. Like fucking, I'd be 14 years old on Xbox and be like on my downstairs TV, my mom would be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Like, "No, mom, it's fine." Like it's some of my friends. Like, dude, I would say the craziest shit. Like, and I look back on it now, it's like, if we send that stuff now, dude, like we can't say that.
Black Ops.
That's only like
Gosh.
8 years ago. Like.
Oh, fuck. I missed that. That was so much fun. Like playing with your friends, Xbox. Like I remember my mom was like next to my Xbox too, so she'd like hear everything I'm saying. She's like, "You gotta be nicer to your friends." I'm like, "Ma, you don't get it."
Like,
okay.
like he noob to me on terminal.
Yeah.
Like it's literally it's war.
It's game over,
dude. And then like when me and my friends on like my team, we had like the LMG machine guns, like the M240 something like that.
Yeah.
We put a heartbeat sensor on it and like FMJ, and like I just go ham. I just spray. Like, dude, those teach you. Those games teach you about life.
Dude,
okay, like
I
they
learned
teach you about
hand-eye
life.
coordination from those games.
Like say what you want about Call of Duty promoting war and shit. Like, look, I did say in the beginning of this that like, oh, I do love oil, right? I did say that, but like, I will say, dude, like Call of Duty, like that shit teaches you a lot. Like, it also taught me like that I need to have a filter. Right? Like, well, what if I was like right now on this podcast being like, "Oh, fuck you, Cunningham, you're a fucking pussy," like, "Fuck you," like just saying all this stuff, like screaming at the randomest person online for no reason.
Yeah.
Like they're literally just looking at their TV doing the exact same thing.
No, yeah.
Like,
hilarious.
and if like,
but no one took it personally though.
Oh yeah, no, it's like you get off a con, and it's like funny.
Yeah.
Like, and then dude, like I love like the chirp. It would be like, "Oh, you're such a tryhard." Like, "Oh, you're such a tryhard." Dude would go like 30-0.
Why did that get people? Like, especially when we were younger, like, "Dude, you're such a tryhard." It's like, why is that an insult? Like,
it's just though it is though. I
just
still say it
hurts.
to this day. Like,
Yeah.
so like I'll have kids who have like insane GPAs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like all right, like whatever. Like,
tryhard.
like I'm like, "Oh, you're such a tryhard, dude."
Why
Like,
is that
fuck
bad?
you.
Like,
Like,
yeah, I
you're
get good grades.
Everyone tries. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, like dude, like my friend would go like 30-0 in free for all. Like I'd be like, "Oh, you're such a tryhard. Like fuck you. Like, we probably spent so many hours on this game. Like try hard." Meanwhile, we're all
Grinder.
playing the game. Like, oh my god, that game was. They don't make stuff like that anymore.
they don't.
Like,
There's no fun games anymore.
Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, like maybe Black Ops 2 too. Like those games were like perfect.
Yeah.
Like they can't replicate Modern Warfare 2.
They can't.
It's so hard for them to replicate that game because they did it so well so early on. Like all the new Call of Duties, they fucking suck. Like they're not the same. Like the graphics are too good. Like there's an aspect of
the graphics too good. I want this resolution
Yeah.
to be at least 360p.
Dude, and the problem is like the younger kids now, like the 14-year-olds now, are like, "Oh, dude, Call of
Fortnite.
Duty, Fortnite, bro, these games are sick." Like, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like I love Fortnite, and I loved it. Like the
Fortnite
concept
was
of that
fun at
game
the
was so
beginning.
good.
Now it's just
like
so bad.
But like,
So commercialized now.
oh yeah, but they did a perfect job of like in-app purchases and stuff.
They
like
did.
they
did
like
really
going
well.
back to like advertising and shit. Like Fortnite, genius concept.
Yeah, they did it so well.
Perfect concept.
Because you
Clash of
show you
Clans
can make a
concept.
good game you can make a good game that is funded off like in-app purchases, a free game.
Yeah, and it's not like any of those in-app purchases like made you any better.
Yeah,
it just
they're
made you look
cosmetic.
cool.
Yeah.
The fucking Travis Scott fucking concerts, like Marshmello, like what
We're
the
going
fuck?
into a weird realm of virtual reality. Weird. There's really concerts. There was a concert that had like over 120 countries and over 100,000 people attended. Like, it was Cardi B, Migos, and a few others. But like in virtual reality, like what that could be our future.
Dude, so my girlfriend, like, parents, they own like a virtual reality club in the city. It's called VR World.
Sick.
Okay, and so they like, dude, like
That's so
I'm
cool.
like, I always think of myself as a tech guy, but
Yeah.
like also like with that shit, like I'm terrified.
Yeah.
So
scary.
there's one game you go in and like you're literally on like a fucking plank off of a building, right? And like you're looking around, like you're looking down, like it looks real as shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, and like you actually like think like when you fall off the building in like the VR, like you think it's actually happening.
That's
Like it's
weird.
terrifying.
That
Like,
is
dude, and
really
like
weird.
that's what the world's gonna be like. Like
I hope not.
You ever see the playtest Black Mirror episode?
Is that when he like dies instantly?
Yeah,
horror-
from like the virtual reality. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like if that's where we're going to, like where virtual reality is like hard to separate from reality, like it's terrifying.
That's scary. We need to be very careful going down with technology. I say it so much. Our technological advances are not our humanity's advances.
No.
You know?
It's gonna be eventually invented by technology. It already is. Like, it already is. Like using AI to make fucking cars and shit. Like,
Dude, it's scary. We got to be aware. Like, we got to be cautious. We really do. We got to find...
one day AI will rule us, and you know what? If AI can help me out with my popcorn lung after my drooling days,
Dude, it should... I think technology should... I don't know. We shouldn't have that be the focus of our life. It should help improve our lives, but it shouldn't be our lives, if that makes sense.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, dude. Like, I don't know anymore. Like, I do love technology though. Like,
It's good.
I
Like,
love it.
fridges are great. I love I love storing food in a
dude,
fridge.
the air fryers. My friend Ryan, if you see this dude, he's a fucking wizard with an air fryer.
I don't
dude.
get air fryers.
Dude,
How do you fry
dude,
food
this
with air?
kid is a wizard with an air fryer,
Okay.
bro. He will get something from like 4 days ago, right? And me and you looking at it, like, I'm not putting that in fucking microwave,
Yeah.
dude. Like, it's gonna come out mushy. Like,
Yeah.
bro, he puts this thing in an air fryer, knows exactly what settings, comes out. It's like it just came out of the oven.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I never understood the concept of an air fryer. Like, I don't get it. But I found out that it has something to do with frying. Like, it's literally the same thing as a microwave.
It
Like, it's
is.
not very different than a microwave.
It just like, I mean,
It's just a rebrand.
microwaves just like excite the water molecules in the
Yeah.
food to warm it up
Yeah, this is like a rebrand of a microwave. It's not much different. Like,
with a different name.
yeah, exactly. It's not much different than a microwave. But like,
That's
dude, it's just an air fryer. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that sounds
sick.
Like, right, you can put French fries in that shit. They
Yeah.
come out fried. Like, it's
Ooh.
like, dude, that's technology. It's like in the 50s when they first came out with like microwaves and shit. Like,
Toasters.
yeah, the fucking nuke. You can. That's the term, like nuking like a fucking chicken. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, you put your chicken in there, it comes out like hot, bro. Like, and then
Whoa.
oh, we can just go and like sit down and watch the Dick Van Dyke Show. Then fucking 7 years later, here we are, and everyone's like overweight and obesity is a huge problem, and
We
everyone
fat.
consumes too much media. Like, it all is interconnected. Like,
Oh, dude,
I love the microwave, but like it's
we
all
need-
interconnected.
Yeah, we need to like actually for real change to happen. People need to start realizing what all this stuff is doing to them. You know, like what are you putting into your body? What are you consuming with your eyes and your ears? Like, what are you listening to? What is like how we are literally, I think I saw a picture, like we're imprisoned by our phones and our laptops. Like, look at how much you use your phone, like that app to see. You'll be amazed, not even horrified, I'd say.
Oh, yeah,
of
dude,
how
like-
often you're
like
on
8
your
hours.
phone.
Like, I'm like, what?
And when you're not on
where
your
is my
phone,
life?
when you're on your phone, you're not experiencing life. Like, we're only here once.
Yeah, like my life is buried in fucking Instagram and YouTube.
And
like,
that won't make you happy. It really won't.
yeah, no, because then I wake up the next morning and it's like, what did I just do
Nothing.
for 8 hours?
You really just wasted
Nothing.
your time.
Nothing. Like, I remember things of like going out and doing stuff more than like fucking, being on my phone and going on Instagram. I'm not gonna remember the post I saw a week from now. Like, I won't
Yeah.
remember that shit. Like,
No.
no, it's like it's a weird form of reality that we live in now. Like, it's not the same. And
We-
it never will be the same.
we gotta get back.
we overshot it, and like now it's just over.
It's
like,
not, dude. That's the thing.
I've
we can't
lost
think
faith.
like that.
Like I just
you
think
can never lose faith.
We've lost complete control.
Dude.
I don't know. We have too much money in it now. Like
The money. We need to get off money. Money runs this world right now, and I think people are starting to notice like money doesn't make happiness. Like money, you can idolize money all you want, prioritize it. Like products, like buying a nice Lamborghini, buying a mink suit, is not gonna make you happy. And I finally figured out. Oh, Clemens isn't even here. Damn it. I finally figured out the movie I've been trying to quote. Oh shit, what was it called? I looked it up. No.
Oh, you're fucked.
Oh, damn it! I literally looked it up. I wrote about it. What?
Who's it?
It's an old movie. It's Rosebud, like his sled. It was. Wait, don't look it up. I need to remember this on my own. It's what was it called? It's the old man who's like a Trump kind of guy, and he has.
I've watched this movie.
Right.
Love it.
Just tell me the name. Fuck. Wait, actually, don't tell me. I should know this.
Tell him the name.
No.
Tell him the name.
No, it's been like 6 podcasts that I haven't known this. Actually, I think it's been all of them. I think I've referenced it like 10 times, and I literally wrote about it. All right, tell me the name. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane.
How did I not know that?
Citizen
Kane. That's the movie. Like
Citizen
it's a classic.
Kane, dude. Everyone knows the name.
Obviously not me. Dude, it's literally been like for 15 episodes.
Bro, I've never seen it, and like I just know Citizen fucking Kane.
That's
bro.
the movie.
Fuck
Citizen
I've
Kane.
never seen it. Fuck Citizen Kane. I don't know. Like,
it puts it so perfectly. Like this guy has all the money in the world, and like he was separated. I haven't seen it either, but you know the story.
Either of us have seen it.
But like he gets separated from his mom when he's a kid, and he was on his. If you haven't seen this movie, like I'm sorry for spoiling it. It's been out for like 70 years. Like you should have seen it by now. So like when he gets separated from his mom, he's on his sled, which has Rosebud on it, which was his dying words. And the whole movie, it's like it's an investigator or a journalist trying to figure out why his last words were Rosebud, and it was because of his sled. And that love that he had with his mom, like that's the last thing. Like he didn't care about the mansion he owned or the money he had or the things he had. None of that makes anyone happy. It didn't make him happy. The one thing that made him happy was the love of his mother and the mother that gave him. You know, that was the only thing. Like love is the only thing that can make you happy, and people need to start understanding that. And like it all starts with like self-love. Like there's this really cool thing I was been looking into for one of my classes. It's like Heraclitus, who was a philosopher, who one of his things, like he was called like the Riddler, because like he wrote all of his shit in like
Batman,
kind of like Batman, but yeah, I guess kind of like Batman, but all the stuff, all his like philosophy was like in not straightforward terms, you know. It was like a riddle. But his whole thing was like everything is one.
Yeah,
like everything is one. Like not just like this table is one. This is one. Everything in this world is one. And I agree with that statement.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because our perspective of it, like we're seeing this from one perspective. You know, like I literally just wrote a paper on it. That was the mini paper I wrote last night. Like that's kind of why it's fresh in my mind. This guy, like he was talking about opposites. So there's a whole lot of things that go into this. It's like there's opposites of everything. Like for right, there's left. Up, there's down. For good, there's evil. But that's just man-made things, you know? Like when you look at a road, you could think there's one road. I'm going to post this on my website, too, if people want to read my article on it. But, like, you can look the road. Shit, how do I even explain this? There's like, when you look up in the road or down in the road, it's still one road, you know? Like a coin, people think it's heads or tails, but it's just a coin. Yeah. You know? It's not. Yeah. And it's just so interesting to think, like, when we have self-love, like love for yourself, like, think about it. If you can love yourself, like, you can treat everyone with that same love because we're all one. Like, it's like treat each other like you'd want to be treated. Like, that's true. Like, you are literally me. from a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, why would I want to treat you shitty?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense when you think of it as we all are all one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Dude, I will say one thing about those Greek philosopher guys. Look, fuck those guys.
Why?
Fuck those guys, all right? Aristotle, fuck you. Plato, fuck you. Fucking, I don't know, any of them. Bro, okay. Their fucking jobs, right,
Yes.
were to sit in a room like me and you, right,
Yeah.
and just fucking think of things. Right?
That's lit.
I can go in my dorm room, right?
Yeah.
I could drink, like 3 glasses of the scotch, right? And I'll go and just say some random shit, right? These guys doing the exact same thing. Whatever. I know whatever. It's all relative. Right? It makes sense in society now. But, like, fuck those guys. Like, this is what they did for a living.
I'd have to disagree. Like, Aristotle made the first university. Because
Fuck him. Fuck him. I'm at school right now. I don't
Or
want to
was
go
it-
to college, bro.
Or was it Plato? It might have been because Socrates died. Yeah, it was Plato, not Aristotle.
The school
Socrates,
of Plato.
Socrates was put on trial for corrupting the youth,
Mm-hmm.
which he was literally just like questioning the Greek gods.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
dude, but, like,
and he was
that's,
put on
like-
trial and was killed.
Yeah.
And so, like, the whole thing, like, he could have escaped and shit. His whole thing was like, no, like, the only way society works is with laws. Like, we can't have a society with laws. And, like, well, I'm 70 years old. Like, I believed in the laws in the past. Like, they married my parents. Like, they educated me. Like, if I wanted to leave, I could have left, but I stayed. He's like, he was a soldier. Like, he fought, he killed people. So he's like, if the law is wrong, then everything, all my whole life is just like a sham. So he's like, the law put me in this position. I'm not going to escape. Like, that's immoral. So Plato was like, what about, like, your students? Like, you can't just leave your students here. Like, you're their teacher. It's like orphaning a child. He's like, well, fuck you. So
Look.
Plato made the university.
Look, I will say though, like I'm like sitting in fucking rhetoric class, bro. Like fucking Aristotle, like rhetoric is an art. Okay, like okay, bro, sick. Anyway, like I'm sitting in the class, like I'm reading like all this fucking Greek philosophy stuff. Like, okay, I get it. We have to learn it. Like I'm not gonna
do.
sound stupid here, but the last thing I want to do is read some shit like that. Like
we need
bro,
it,
I
though.
don't,
We need Aristotle's whole thing.
No,
He's
I
been
know,
saying
I
this
know.
for thousands of years. Is the only thing. What he's literally said what we were saying today. The only thing that will make you happy is love. He's been saying that for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And like to be happy, you need to live a good life. To be a moral, rational person. Like that's the only way you can be doing it. And like we forgot.
Yeah.
We forgot. We didn't listen to his lessons. That's why we need to look at philosophy. Like we need to know this stuff.
like
you
me.
know?
Don't take me as an example.
We need to be a
everyone.
good person.
I look like
that's
an
his
idiot
whole thing.
right now. I'm drooling.
No, you're
and
chilling.
fucking, no, I'm saying like no, like saying like listen to fucking Aristotle and
Yeah,
them.
he's a beast.
But also like fuck those guys. Like,
Yeah.
like
Chumps.
like I can't stand it, bro. Like, oh my god, like I wish I was Aristotle. Like, come
Dude, they all
on,
live
like
their
it's a
life.
sick. That's a sick life. They
Dude,
all have all their
the thinking.
orgies and shit. Like
They
we're
literally
talking
banged
about
each other. Yeah,
yeah, bro.
Plato
Like,
and
like that's like
fucking
I don't know. They
Socrates
just
banged each other's brains out.
I don't know what the fuck went on back then, but
No,
like
yeah,
they
they
seem
were
to have
banging.
lived a better life than like what
They were doing
we
butt
live.
stuff. Big time.
Yeah,
They were. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
no, they
facts.
did do
They were
butt
like
stuff.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
it was different times.
yeah. It was just an interesting time period. Like,
Feel
like do I am I envious of them?
Maybe.
They also did own slaves and like fucking
they?
like they sat and like yeah, oh yeah they did.
Oh, because it was like
yeah,
their
they
their
did.
war slaves.
Oh yeah, dude. Like if you lost a war in fucking ancient Rome or ancient Greece,
Enslaved.
good luck.
See ya.
Good fucking luck, bro. Like all the Persians that lost that war, bro, they got fucking worse tortured than you could ever imagine, bro. Like I see like medieval fucking torture devices, dude. Like they'd put people in like an iron bowl. Like you know what that is?
No.
All right, so the Romans had this like torture device, right? So if you committed a crime, like they just sentenced you to death. Like it wasn't like, oh, you go do your time,
Yeah,
right? No,
crucifixion
no,
was
you're
pretty
fucking,
bad.
yeah. Crucifixion is terrible
That
too.
shit's the
It's like, oh,
worst,
like
yeah.
oh, you're done. Like okay, like they have like a panel of people, and it's like no, like let's fucking boil them to death,
Yeah.
right? So what they did was they had this like brass bowl, right, and they would light a fire under it. They trap the prisoner in it, and they just wait till the bowl gets really hot. And like they had the nose holes open, so like the steam would come out of the bowl. That's like remember like you know because like bulls actually don't fucking breathe steam.
Yeah.
But like that whole like fucking concept of like animated bulls, like they're always breathing steam when they run because it's from that.
Jeez.
Bro, it's fucking crazy. Like they like we do like humans now do fucked up shit, but like back then, their form of fun, like watching gladiators, was to
That
watch
shit
a
was
guy get
crazy.
literally killed by a lion.
Yeah.
Like all the people you guys worship, all the Greek philosophers, all the Roman people, fucking Julius Caesar and all them, all those people that you guys worship, remember that their form of entertainment was to watch people get physically slaughtered by lions and tigers.
Yeah, I mean that was most of the public. Like that
Dude,
wasn't
but they
really
love,
for that.
bro. When the emperor would come to the Colosseum, they put on a show.
I mean that was the whole thing. It was like circum et panem, which is like to please the people, you give them a circus and bread. Like they used to literally throw out bread to the people to please them.
Yeah.
So like, dude, we literally see it in our government now. Like if you want to please people, show them a fight and give them some.
Hey, give me a stimulus check.
Yeah,
Joe Biden.
exactly. That's
Fuck
literally
you.
exactly what it is. And we see it. The Romans were literally doing it because there was such fucking unrest in the politics.
Yeah,
They're like,
bro.
all right, we're just going to have some gladiators fight,
Yeah.
and we're going to give you some free food. Here you go.
Dude, it's a good concept, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it
good-
worked for
Power
them.
to them. Like, oh, yeah,
Dude.
like fine. Like, let's just like lock up all the fucking war slaves and let's just make them fight to the death. Like,
Distracts the people.
oh yeah,
Distracts
it's
the
fine.
people. It's bad.
Dude, like that whole concept of gladiators is
It's
fucking
fucked
crazy.
up,
Like,
dude.
like they and dude, like I read a whole story about it. Like there's like a few gladiators that like marveled in their time, like because they killed like 20 guys. Like
Yeah.
they literally won like 20 fights with swords.
That's
like
insane.
like now everyone has fucking guns. Like all right, yeah, you just kill someone, dude. These guys had fucking heavy ass iron swords. That like you just fucking stab someone with a giant sword and like oh like that's romantic, that's beautiful, like that's theater.
I think
like,
it was funny how like 100 years ago or like 200 years ago, we were still having duels.
oh my god, imagine. Could you imagine right now like me and Van go to the fucking front lawn and like we're like oh like
I have
like,
a
like-
quarrel with you, man.
and like dude, and the best part about that was like the other person just dies. Like,
Yeah, it's just
not-
like,
or
I-
they fucking eat the fucking lead bullet that they'll end up dying from anyway. Like
Yeah.
bro, like there's like famous ass American folk heroes like
Dude, our
that died
president-
in that
wasn't-
died
who
in
was it?
fucking
in the Hamilton.
they just died in
don't know.
duels. Like they
I don't know.
so you start off in the middle, like 5 paces, boom, 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 and then they turn around, boom. Whoever misses, you're fucked.
Sorry, bud.
And but dude, majority of the time they're all missing because
Yeah.
those guns were so not accurate. The majority of the time they're missing.
And they would put
Like-
over the head for honor, just like I'm protecting my honor. I'll duel you. And they would shoot over their head. And then that
Dude,
one
like-
time, who was it? Burr, the president.
Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton.
Aaron Burr
Oh
and
my
Alexander
God.
Hamilton. But Burr actually shot him.
Yeah, dude.
Like Hamilton shot over his head, and Burr's like, "Bitch."
Yeah, dude, like,
Corvette,
bro, like,
Corvette.
dude, that's a fucking, like, that's the Second Amendment. People don't understand, like, that's
Yeah.
what these people, they all just carry fucking, like, giant pistols on them.
Yeah.
There's a problem in the Wild West. They're not gonna fucking duke it out, like, over, like, discourse, fucking debate on Twitter. Like, bro, they're going out to the middle of the road and just fucking having an absolute just boom, and whoever gets each other wins. Sometimes they both got each other, like, you know, it's just how it
Yeah.
is. That was how you dealt with your stuff. Like, it was just let's
Yeah.
go out and just see who wins, who
Let's
has the
shoot.
better aim.
I like that. I like music. I like that country music that talk about duels. Like, there's a Cody Jink. It's not a Cody. I guess the original person who wrote it, Martin Robinson or something like that. It's called Big Iron. It's such a bop. But I like the Coulter Wall version of it. And it's
I
just-
don't follow country music, so I don't know.
This is like, I don't even know. The country music now, I don't like country pop. I like country music.
Wait, but like, come on, tell me Lil Nas X isn't fire.
Okay, that's fair. Nas X slaps.
Nas X,
But yeah, I like that.
dude, imagine like
It-
I don't know, like 50 years ago, like you tell like all the people that like listen to like the Beatles or Rolling Stones and shit, like the names of like artists today.
Yeah.
Right, like fucking Playboy
Justin
Cardi,
Justin
Lil Uzi Vert,
Lil
like-
Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi
Waka
Vert.
Flocka Flames. Like, dude, like Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane.
Like, this is the names of like
Gucci Mane.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Snoop
Like, what the
Dogg.
fuck? Like,
Yeah.
this is what like artist names are. Like, if I'm gonna
I don't think. Do you think those names are gonna live on though? Like, I don't think they're class. Like, I think Kanye will. Like,
the thing is, they
Kanye-
probably will.
Dude, no way.
Like in 50 years, we're gonna be driving with our kids, right? And we're gonna be like listening to like Lil Uzi Vert, and I'd be like, oh,
my
back in
friends
my
are
day,
dead.
like
Push me
this
to the
song
edge.
was sick. As it going like, all my friends are dead, push me to the edge. I'm like, oh, back in my day, this shit was a banger.
We
Like,
went to his concert at PNC, and he was so fucked up. Like, we left. He was supposed to come on, and we left at like 11. And right when we were walking in the parking lot, we hear, "All my friends are dead." Like, he came out. We're like,
dude,
"You
I've been to 2 Lil
motherfucker, we
Uzi
just
concerts,
left."
and like there was one like in my town. It's called the Paramount Theater. It's actually sick. It's like a really intimate like venue, and and like it was before like it was like when X Tour came, but before that album, like before like Dark,
I
like
don't know.
Love
I
Is
don't know
Rage
this
2.
rap.
It was like Love Is Rage 2 before it came out, like before like The Way Life Goes came out, like all those like insane songs too. It was just that song, and so that was like the headline song.
Yeah.
Like he sang all his beginning songs, and that song comes on, like mosh pits too. But like now today, like with COVID society, like when will we ever see that again?
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Give us the vaccine.
Give us Joe Biden says they have the vaccine coming in May, but like now Dr. Fauci's saying he's not going to the movies with the vaccine. Let me imitate him. Look, we got the vaccine and it's all great. Take the vaccine. But I'm still going to wear 2 masks and I'm going to not
Fuck
go
your
to the
2
restaurants and theaters. Like, shut the fuck up. First 20
Suck my nuts, Fauci.
fucking 6 months ago, we're fucking praying for this fucking vaccine to go back to normal. Now Dr. Fauci gets the vaccine for all of us. Fuck him, right? What does he do? He sits in his room every day, goes out to lunch anyway. It doesn't matter. He goes to the fucking Washington games, whatever. But like, somehow he's going to tell us we can't go to restaurants now.
Fuck you, Fauci.
After they
Let
told
us
us
go
once
back
we
to
get
normal.
once we get the vaccine, like oh, it's fine. Then now Fauci's saying we have to wear 2 masks and not go to theaters and restaurants. Okay, but we can go to fucking Walmart. Like, oh, it's fine.
Where does
like,
this control end?
No, it
Like,
doesn't.
where
It's-
does the government control
It's
end?
because Fauci doesn't. What after COVID? What is he gonna do? Like,
Well, I mean, he's always been there. I don't know if it's Fauci,
Okay,
but
yeah,
it's
but
like
did
it's
you-
the government.
yeah, it's the same position.
It's the
yeah.
government, like, in a crisis situation, yeah, they can come in and, like, take reign, but then they're not going to want to give up control.
Yeah,
Like, they literally have us by the fucking balls right now.
Yeah, bro,
Like, we
like,
can't do shit.
it's
They literally
fine.
told us to. We've been locked in our houses for, like, months. Like,
Yeah.
we are literally under their control.
No, and if you like look at it like from like another perspective, it's like just how insane it's gotten. Like my grandma literally like worships Dr. Fauci and Governor Cuomo, right? Like worships
Fuck
them.
Cuomo.
Oh yeah, it's whatever. Worships him,
Pedophile.
right? So
I
like
don't know if
so
it's
like
pedophile.
and
Newsom? Yeah, dude, you guys
Newsom's
got
bad. Newsom's
God and Cali. I can't believe you've been living there. That place looks like a shithole right now.
And so Mimi, for example, like so in the summer, like she was like, oh, COVID doesn't exist, it's fine, like like I was scared in March, April, but like it seems to be like COVID doesn't exist anymore. Then like Dr. Fauci comes out, he's like, COVID's gonna get really bad in the fall, okay, and we have to be ready for it. Sure enough, it's terrible in the fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's so fucking perfectly predicted. Like Syracuse tells us, oh, like we're gonna cut the semester off early, like and sure enough, what happens when they cut the semester off early? All of us get COVID at that exact time.
We all
like-
did get COVID.
Like it literally
And
as
we were
they're
sick for like a day.
oh yeah, I'm sick for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not discounting COVID. Like obviously people have
Yeah,
gotten
no, yeah.
way more
We're not-
severe
that's
symptoms
not
than
what
I
we're saying,
have.
no.
Like, but like I will say it's just perfectly timed. Like
Dude,
how did
and I
they
think
know
it's-
that?
and I
like
think it's funny how,
in
like-
August they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. Like okay, the science, follow the science, bro. Science, like
I think
okay.
I think it's funny how Biden's in office, COVID drops 50%. Like
75.
75, that's what it is now?
75.
All right, buddy. And like the shit, it's so political.
Yeah.
They didn't release this vaccine until Trump was out of office. You can literally see, like,
Yeah,
politicians.
the FDA didn't clear it. Like, yeah, no,
Dude,
it's crazy.
you can look, like, it was political. And how many
Yeah.
people died because of that?
Yeah, no, we'll never know. Then look with Cuomo covering up the fucking nursing
Just to
home
make
stuff.
sure Trump didn't look good. Like, just to make sure Trump
Yeah.
didn't look good, they did that. They
Yeah.
killed people. They ruined people's businesses just so one fucking guy didn't look good.
Governor Cuomo, I'm looking at the camera now. I know you can see this. Fuck you. Like,
Resign.
Literally, fuck you. okay? You sit in your mansion in Albany, New York, every fucking day, coming on TV to win a fucking Emmy. Let me and Cunningham win an Emmy.
Yeah.
Let us win an Emmy for this podcast. This is more intellectually better than fucking you going on fucking
your brother's
prime
show
time every single night and with a giant Q-tip with your brother. Fuck you guys.
Giving him softball questions.
And now it's coming out that you covered up fucking 2,000 deaths after you fucking blame everyone else for it. Yeah, probably more.
It was more.
Yeah, probably more. And then now you're coming out that you're like horrible to women. Like, oh yeah, we all fucking knew that. All the Washington guys are anyway. Like, we all know that. Like, it's not uncommon knowledge that all these fucking guys like are terrible. They're terrible people. Like, if you want to be in politics, like, come on.
Dude, we need better people in politics.
Yeah,
like actually morally just people.
Like Governor Cuomo, like you set the example. Like, you know, my grandma follows you and shit. Good for you. Okay, like congratulations, you swayed a bunch of baby boomer voters. Great. Like fuck you. You set a terrible example for the next generation.
We're a new generation.
They take kickback contracts all the time. The state was totally under budget before fucking Cuomo. Like before COVID, so obvious. Like you deserve to literally be put in jail. Like I am saying that full on. So many businesses in New York are closed. So many restaurants are closed. So many bars are closed. So many gyms got closed. Everything got closed, right? But you look at fucking Florida for an example. Like, okay, you could say the weather. You could say, I don't know. There's all these different arguments of why Florida had less deaths than New York. But I will say though, doesn't it bother them a little bit that Florida closed down for a month? Right? And me and my friends at home are like, oh, let's all go to Miami. Let's all go to Miami. But then like 20 years ago, I was like, oh, New York City's the place to be.
Yeah.
Like, no. It's just insane, bro. Like, these people literally destroyed the state of New York. And like, if you listen to this and you disagree with me, like, I'm telling you right now, like, really look into how bad they manage the state of New York. Look at it right now. When we go to Syracuse, there's no industry anymore. Everything's abandoned in upstate New York. And it's a collapse of just like society. Everything got shipped off to China. The minimum wage went up too much. And like, look, like now we probably can afford it. But like back then, I don't know. But like things got too expensive in the U.S. And like, it's just so obvious. Like they destroyed the state of New York. Like I don't know if it'll ever come back, dude. I go in the city. I go to Penn Station, and like I take the Long Island Railroad, and like it's fine. Like I go into Penn Station, and like there's a serious homeless problem. Like I texted you when the first time I went to the city. What was it, like April?
Yeah.
And we were thinking about making like a documentary about like how terrible New York City was. Like the movie Taxi. You saw Taxi Driver, right?
Yeah.
Okay, dude, it's like that. Like it's terrifying. It's like a modern version of Taxi Driver is New York City right now.
It's insane.
It's insane. Like and like that's what New York was in the 70s. You go to New York right now, buildings are abandoned now. No one lives there because everyone left. No one's coming back from the Hamptons. Like, dude, why would they come back? The taxes
they have other houses that they can go to.
Yeah, taxes are insanely high. The streets are disgusting. There's rats. There's fucking anything you could think of. Like,
Pigeons.
Yeah, exactly. Like somehow, like fucking this guy De Blasio and Cuomo took New York City, like the New York City like Bloomberg built, right? Like this haven, like this place that businesses were gonna go and flourish, and turned it into this fucking urban hell. Like it's urban hell, dude. It's crazy. It's like, like if you sustain this for another 10 years, it's gonna look like the Ukraine. Like this is what happens. Like I can't believe that. Like I live in a world like the New York City I grew up in is not the same anymore, dude. I go to New York City and I'm like scared. Like I was in the Lower East Side like of last weekend, right? And like you look around and like, dude, it's like scary as fuck. Like we're afraid to go eat in the park, like after dark. Like I mean, you know, some people are always gonna say like, oh, I was always afraid to do that. But then like now it's like a real fear.
Yeah.
Like it's scary. It's not like what we grew up in. Like LA is the same thing. Like it's not the same society that we grew up in. Like something went so wrong after 2020 where like society collapsed in like urban places. Like New York City is not the same anymore.
Yeah.
Who wants to I get it. Like all the jobs are in New York and when we graduate we're going to want to go. Who wants
New York. Bring me to Austin.
Yeah, who in their right mind right now wants to be like, oh yeah, I want to go live in fucking New York and have to fucking wear a mask everywhere. You have to say one thing. You can't do another thing. The food's great. I love New York for some reasons, right? And like New York obviously has the best food in the world. Like I will put my life on the line that like the restaurants in New York are the best. right? Like I don't know. I just think it are. We could say Florida's good too. Like whatever. You could say London's good too. But English food fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you, Ray.
Fish and chips.
Fuck you, Ray.
Fish and chips.
And like no, but like it's just so sad. Like the New York that we all grew up in is just not the same
Yeah,
anymore.
it's
It's
not.
insane.
But we need, that's why our generation, the young people, we are the people that can actually make change. We could see this corruption. We can go in and make change. You know? We are the next people to run this fucking country. We have to see this corruption and want to change it.
Yeah.
And that's where we start.
No,
And we
it's
can.
insane.
We have the power.
It's so corrupt, dude. Like you look at like all the films from like the 1970s and 80s. You look at the movie. It was the movie Mean Streets. It was like the first Scorsese movie. It's first Scorsese mob movie. Like, dude, like I love that movie. The beginning credit scenes is like it's like classic. It's insane, and like it's New York in the 70s, bro. Like it's controlled by the mafia. Like it's fucking dirty. It's disgusting. It's just, it's like it's coming back to that. Like it's like regeneration. It's somehow like with COVID, like we just decided we're like fuck New York City. Like let's everything else, dude. I live in Suffolk County, Long Island. We're fully open. Like not fully open, but like I go to bars and clubs with my friends all the time. Then I visit my girlfriend in the city. You can't even go eat in a restaurant. And I'm looking at them like, okay, they can make the population density argument for COVID, but like it just seems so it's like they purposely like decided to take New York City. I have a theory it's because of real estate values. People want to buy in low and sell high again. That's probably what it is. But like it's just like it's so sad. Yeah. Like it's not fun anymore. Like I get physically upset like when I go to the city now and I see like all of our tax dollars, everything goes to fucking Bill de Blasio's pocket, goes to fucking Cuomo's pocket. What do they do with it? They give their fucking contracts to their boys. They get kickbacks from it, and that's what they do. Like you can't look at it in like a way it's like, oh, I still have faith in the system, because especially in New York, you can't have faith in the system anymore. New York's fucked up, dude. California, New York, Illinois, Chicago, bro, the cities are like done. It's just years and years and years of corrupt politicians and years and years and years. It's not just fucking Bill de Blasio. Every single one of them. It's just constantly years and years and years of corruption, years and years of bad policy, years and years of just dirtiness, and business taking over people's lives. Like the financial sector, fuck those people. But like it's sad. I don't know how to put it. Like it's just sad.
Fuck. That's
gentrification.
Yeah, no.
Messed up LA.
Gentrification. What is gentrification?
So basically, like it happened in my neighborhood too. Like so basically, like people will come in, right, and they'll buy up all the real estate in like let's just say like a shitty area. Like I'll use a good example. So by the Barclays Center, right, like Flatbush Avenue, like Bobby Shmurda's from. Right. Yeah, and
didn't he just get released from prison?
Yeah, I love him. I love him. And so what happened was like when they built the Barclays Center, a bunch of like real estate guys came in. They're like, oh, we could buy all of Brooklyn for cheap, pennies on the dollar compared to Manhattan. We can buy in and we can renovate every building to make it look like Manhattan, and we could charge Manhattan prices. The problem is the people who lived there did not have Manhattan wages. So what happened is they kicked them out, and they all moved down south to fucking Virginia, North Carolina, all these places, bro. A kid I knew in high school, his name was Justin State, and Jay
go on the streets.
Yeah, and then they go to the street. Like, dude, it's insane. Like gentrification, like it looks aesthetically great, like it looks cool, right? In Syracuse, New York, they're doing it right now. It looks sick, but like internally, like it's fucked up. Like it's not, like yeah, I know you don't want these people living in fucking projects and stuff. Like it's terrible, but like also it prices people out of the neighborhood. Like, and that people make this argument like, oh, like racism stuff. Like this is a very racist thing.
Yeah.
Like this is clearly just exploiting the lower classes for profits, for corporate profits, and like that's what it is. And like people have to look at it in that way. Like in real estate, people in real estate make the most money for what reason? Because this is what they do. Like with COVID, you're going to tank the real estate values. You can go buy up right now, Manhattan. Buy it up. You'll never get these prices again. 20 years from now, they'll sell it for $100 million profit.
That's fucked.
No, it's just how it is.
It's because it all comes back to money.
Mm-hmm.
The world is ran on money, and we got to get off that.
No, dude. Like,
Fuck,
I feel so bad. Like, because like it's even creeping towards like us, right? Like it started like with like the lower immigrant class, like that, like what we were like 50 years ago, like Italian immigrants, like that's what we were, right? Like we were people living in projects and the tenements, and like we get exploited by landlords all the time. So then now what's happening is like all like the Latino families and stuff that came, and like Latino people, like I will say, are some of the hardest working people you will ever meet. I worked in restaurants my whole life, dude. Like these kids literally work so much, and I have so much respect for them because like they came in and they know how to get their own. They came in and they're like, okay,
Grind.
exactly. They knew exactly how to build up, and now I see that some of them own businesses now. Like like it's a revolving door, and like the problem is like they can't help themselves if the fucking rich white guy landlords. Like the rich white guy landlords, right? They're gonna come in, they're gonna sell their building to some other rich white guy from the fucking from Westchester, right? And they're gonna sell it, and they're just gonna redo the whole thing and then build it up and then make it way less price attainable. And that's real estate, dude. Like that's what it is. And like real estate's all fun and games, dude. It's sick, but like that's what really happens. Like you're going in to make a profit. You're not going in to help someone out. Yeah. Why would me and my friends want to invest in real estate? It's not because I want to go help out a family. It's because we want to make money. Like it's insane, dude. It happened in 2008 with all the fucking finance people. Like it's the same thing's happening now. Like it's just
shitty. What can we do?
Nothing.
There has to be something.
Dude,
there's always something.
Real estate is the backbone of our economy. When real estate crashed 2008, look at what happened. It's like literally a financial disaster. Yeah. Real estate crashes again, what happens? And the price
Dude, it's going to.
The prices of homes like by me in Long Island like skyrocketed because of COVID because everyone wanted to leave the city. Yeah, everyone wanted to leave the city, so they're like, okay, like I'm gonna go and buy in Long Island. My home price went up, dude. Like it's insane. Like everyone
even
wanted
in
to
Jersey, same shit's happening.
Everyone wanted to move to the city, right? Everyone wanted to go have a sick penthouse in Manhattan 10 years ago. Now everyone's like, oh, you can get COVID in the city. You can get COVID from fucking Joe Schmo at the country club. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop with all this nonsense. Like, just because someone's from, like, a smaller apartment in the city means that they have a better chance of getting COVID, like, because, okay, they've seen more people. Like, okay, COVID can run rampant in a fucking college campus. Like,
yeah, we see
it runs rampant everywhere, bro. Like, it's so unfair. Like, I think it's, like, these people, like, they all talk their big game of, like, all, like social justice, all this stuff. The same people that do that stuff, they don't want to go near the fucking projects. They don't want to go near those places. The last thing they want to do is do that. They'll post all their Instagram stuff and say like, oh, like racial justice, racial equality, right? Okay, then hand over your trust fund for racial justice. Do it. I want to see, because they're not going to do it. They don't care. Like it's all a game, as we said before. Like they distract us from like the reality.
It's for image.
Like this is what they do. This is what these people do. Like don't like I hate that people look at like someone like Jeff Bezos as like a fucking like saint. Do you think Jeff Bezos is going to give up everything he owns to fight racial justice? No. Honestly, it benefits him. COVID, they made more money off of COVID. Like, it's fucking insane. Like, I don't understand, like, why, like, some of these people, I think it's all a politics thing. The movie Gangs in New York is, like, a very good, like,
Gangs in New York's
dope. A very good, like, show and tell of, like, the rich people, like, on, like, how they acted at that time period. It's, like, the uptown people, right? They would make all the poor people fight each other, so it would just distract them from like the reality of like of what's actually going on, right?
Dude, it's
like,
a puppet show.
No, they'd make the poor people, they'd make the Irish people fight like the Chinese people, and like it would just be like fine. And then so what happens is like it's the same thing now. Like I look, I know people from Westchester, I know people from these rich places, like it's fine. Like but like I will say like don't freaking act like you're this, left-wing fucking social justice liberal person you are. When deep down inside, you know damn well your grandparents, your parents, every single one person in your generation, like in your family line, they made money off fucking people over. That's what they did. That's what it was. And you know what? Like given you might want to change the future, right? You might want to make the future a better place. Okay, then I want you to sacrifice your rich Ivy League ritzy degree that you're going to get because your grandparents went to fucking Yale. Give it to someone that just crossed the border from Venezuela. Do it. Because they're not going to do it. Like, it's a joke.
I mean, we have to, obviously, like, a lot of people got to where they are from stepping on people and using that. But, like, we have to acknowledge that and use it to help, Mm-hmm. Like, okay, you go to college, you have all this money, use it for good. Like actually use your position of power to do good for this world. Like that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Like we need to use our positions that we're in for good.
Yeah. Look, and like also like I'm not trying to advocate for like, you know, like the wrong things. Like if you earned your Ivy League degree, like if you earned to getting into Yale, like go for it. But like then you look at these people like fucking USC. I know Van knows about this. Like look at these fucking actors' kids.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Van. I'm sorry, but we're not gonna say whose actor Van. Van may be a kid actor, whatever.
Continue.
Fuck those people, right? They cheated the system to get into
What was that
University of Southern
girl's-
California.
The what's her name?
What's her name?
The Full House lady.
Lindsay.
I don't know, but she like paid to get her kids.
Yeah, dude, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They go donate a building to fucking Harvard. They'll get their
Yeah,
kids
they
in.
get
There
a
could be
kid, but it's
actual
anyone with money.
idiots.
Yeah.
They could be idiots, dude. Me and you could be way smarter than them.
What's her name? Laura Loughlin.
Yeah, dude, fuck those people.
Yeah, dude. They
And
literally.
those are the fucking.
There was literally a
establishment people.
guy whose whole job it was to get these rich
Yeah.
people's kids into schools
Yeah,
by
dude,
making
it's-
put them on a fake
Dude,
rowing
and these
team.
these are the same people that advocate for fucking social justice and censorship.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, it's for image. I'm telling you, it's
insane.
all
It's
image.
all PR.
It's all
It's all
image.
PR.
And that's it's so fucked up because you show an image to someone's like, hey, look how good we are. Look how, dude. Companies do it all the time. They're like, hey, look, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah, like with this Mr. Potato Head thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to put a perspective
Mr.
out
Potato
there.
Head.
I'll put a perspective out there for everyone who's bugged out about it. Let me put it this way: when was the last time you thought about Mr. Potato Head?
Last time I watched Toy Story.
Exactly. Okay. They have us thinking about Mr. Potato Head now. Look at what they did.
That is true.
Look at what they did.
They put it right back in our face. They go, hey, look, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing
Hey,
good.
look.
Dude.
Look, we're gonna piss some people off,
Yeah.
and you know, bad news always sells.
Yeah, if it
we're gonna
bleeds, it
piss some
leads.
people off.
Makes money.
It gets on Tucker.
money.
It's on Tucker Carlson show, the most watched news show in the fucking country.
It all-
Like, look at what they did, Mr. Fucking Potato Head. It's literally a plastic fucking potato, right? Like, that's what they did. They got it in our faces again. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like, I applaud them. Like, they're supporting
they're
a cause.
smart.
They did exactly what they needed to do.
Dude, they knew. That's so right. And that goes all back to media literacy. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are they doing the things they're doing?
Yeah.
Why do they do this? Do they actually care? Or are they doing this for publicity and to make some money?
Yeah. Look,
I
and
think
then-
it's the latter.
You know what they're gonna do? Because who the fuck's buying you? Are you gonna go out and buy a Mr. Potato Head tomorrow?
give a shit
No,
about Mr. Potato
exactly.
Head.
But then you're gonna have that target audience they want to
Yeah.
reach for. They're gonna go out and buy it.
The target audience is huge.
Like, so they just know, dude. They literally sit in their offices every day. Okay, now I sit over Zoom every day. Like, what could we do to sell Mr. Potato Head?
to make
Fuck
money.
you, Hasbro.
Dude, that's the whole thing. What I hate, like, stocks or like, why you have to improve every quarter. Like, that just puts people in, like, companies in position where you always need to improve. So you're always going to need to do money. So you're going to do whatever it fucking takes to make more money. And it's very dangerous.
like I will say with like all the people who are like listening to this that like you're very right wing leaning, like whatever. Like, I will say, like, sometimes we have to realize that like these companies, they're not out for social justice as what we think
Dude,
they
they're
are.
businesses. They're
Like,
there to make
they're
money.
there to make money. At the end of the day, they're there to make money. They tested all these things with focus groups and all the stuff we learned about in school. We know how to do it. We know how to sell stuff. They test all these theories out. It's going to piss you off. Obviously, it's going to piss you off. And then look what happens. Either their stock goes up or down. Look at the My Pillow thing, for example, right? The CNN posts all that shit about it, right? Whatever. Their sales are through the roof right now. How is that possible? Right? They got more brand exposure. Like, it's all about exposure. And look, whatever. Like, you could say, like, oh, like, fuck that guy. Like, whatever. Like, I don't
Any press
agree
is
with
good
it.
press.
Yeah, any press is good press. If the Bad Role Model show got on fucking Tucker Carlson tomorrow, how many viewers think you'd get?
A lot.
Exactly. So, like, it's all just a game of, like, what can we get on the news? What can we get on to show people? Like, it's not a game of social justice like people think it is. Like, it's a game of who gets the most recognition.
Who
Look
gets
at the
the
Black Lives
eyes.
Matter fund, dude. There's billions of dollars missing. Like, billions. Like, who knows where that money went?
Dude, the same thing happened with the Red Cross, like, years ago.
Yeah, with Haiti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, dude, it's insane.
look where your money's
There's money
going.
it's gone. It's totally gone. No one has any idea where it went. And like there's no problem with donating to charity that you think is going to help your cause. There's no problem with it. But like sometimes there's corrupt people in this world and they take it and they run.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. And look at Washington. They all get lobbied to take your money and run. They advocate for the policies that they think they're going to make the most money off of. It has nothing to do with what they believe in. I guarantee Hillary Clinton has no beliefs. They don't have any beliefs. Whatever they think is going to get the most votes, they're going to say.
Fair. That is
Time and
so
time
true.
again. And like that's what we have to realize, like as the citizens, as the lower class, we have to realize that like it's not about this. It's not about any of that stuff. they're there to stay there. They don't want to be out of a job, just like me and
They
you.
want to stay in power.
We all trying to get jobs right now. They want to have their own jobs. They want to get paid. They want to make money. They want to have generational wealth.
They want to have
That's
their
what they
circle
do.
jerk of power.
Exactly. Bohemian Grove. Don't get me started.
Fuck Bohemian Grove. These
I want to go to
bastards.
Bohemian Grove. Van, you know anyone who
Same.
goes to Bohemian Grove?
Bohemian Grove?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Sure. Good answer.
Yeah.
Bastard, he knows.
Have you talked about Bohemian Grove yet on this? Oh, okay.
I love Bohemian Grove.
I don't want to like keep bringing it up. The
No,
same thing.
dude, bring it up. More people need to know about it each time because it's not the same viewers every time, you know?
Oh my god.
Like, I really
dude.
don't think the consistent
I
viewers is like
saw-
my mom, my brother. I don't even know if my mom listens. My dad, my aunt, and my brother, and my brother's friend.
Dude, like these people just literally just. Alex Jones, like, he be crazy as fuck as you want, but like. He did call it. Like, he did
No,
call it.
he
He
was
was
there.
right.
He was
Yeah,
there. He
dude.
went
Like, he
there.
was right. All these fucking rich fucking Hollywood guys, right, that are promoting all this social justice stuff, somehow are in the fucking woods together, burning a human effigy. Like, what the hell is going on?
It's weird.
Like,
and
what
the whole
is
thing
that?
is that when there's truth that comes out, they label the people as crazy.
Yeah.
Do you
No.
notice that?
Yeah.
For aliens, for the conspiracy,
Yeah.
the UFOs. Oh, you're crazy. This is
Yeah.
crazy. You're crazy. Alex Jones, you're crazy. Label as crazy so people don't believe it.
Yeah.
Look at everything. It has a kernel of truth. That's why I like the QAnon stuff, the sex trafficking. Dude, sex trafficking is real.
It is
It
real.
happens in politics. We saw it with Epstein. You don't think political figures have been involved with that? You don't think that's real? It's so easy for them to put out a narrative because they own all of the media to be like, hey, QAnon's fucking crazy, which I don't understand QAnon at all.
Neither do I.
But like,
Neither do I.
but the thing is, like, the government's corrupt,
Mhm.
and it is. It is.
Yeah, power corrupts.
Power
Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's another thing. I used to think like that, but like, the only absolute power is God
Or Jeff Bezos.
or Jeff Bezos. I think that's a good place to end it. But I would like to say, like, I think there is a lot of bad in this world, but we can do good to change it. You know, we need people to understand. We need people like educated like you that see this corruption. So when we grow up, like, we could actually make change. You know,
Yeah.
I think we can.
Yeah.
We need more ears though. We need more soldiers.
We can make change.
La resistance.
We can make change.
You fucking resistant scum. We can make change.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, you guys, if you guys listen to this podcast, you know who you are.
Let's
you
make
know
change.
who you are. I hate you people.
Hey.
I hate you, Jeff Bezos. I hate you, Governor Cuomo. I hate you all. I hate Washington.
Lick my taint, corruption.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else? End it off?
Wait, can we do one more thing?
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
What do you think of Chipotle?
Gives me the shits. I like it though.
Remember when Chipotle came out? Everyone was like, "Oh, like, dude, this is the healthiest thing for you."
Yeah.
Like, now I'm sitting here like, "Fuck Chipotle."
Is it not healthy?
No.
Really?
No, it's
What?
not healthy
I
for
thought
you.
it was healthy.
No, it's not.
What?
Subway's healthy.
No, Subway's not healthy. Subway's eating cake. It's
Subway
cake.
also promotes like fucking child molesting. Yeah.
Wait. So what's about I thought Chipotle was healthy.
Dude, it's not that healthy for you.
Why?
It's like it's a sham. It's not. It's such a sham.
Why is everything a sham?
All these new like chains that like try to seem all earthy and like
Yeah.
great, except for places that are like totally like vegan, like they'll price their things for like $25 for a
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
salad.
Vegan places
Like,
are so
all
healthy.
these new chains are no, it's all the same.
Damn it.
To all my vegan friends out there,
Do you think vegans would eat lab made meat?
screw you.
No. Damn it. Shit.
I love meat. Okay.
Meat's good.
I love. Okay, I'm gonna say this, Cunningham. I'm gonna say it. Veal Milanese.
Oh, it's so good.
I love veal.
mayonnaise.
I love.
I could
veal,
never give up
Okay.
meat.
Okay. The baby cows. We talked about it before. We murder all those
We
cows, dude.
slaughter them, and
But
I would
will s-
gladly eat that.
I love it. I love it. I will eat that shit up. Rob Key's Country Inn, the best veal Milanese you'll ever have in your entire life.
Where's
Northport, Long Island, the best place ever.
Veal mayonnaise is
Yes.
so good. I
Yes.
might, dude. There's no good Italian food up here.
Oh my god, no.
It's so bad.
Oh my god, no.
I miss being home just for like the good food. There's so much good food.
when all you kids go to college, you count your blessings with at-home food.
Yeah.
Count your blessings.
Home food's so
You
good.
you come back here, you're gonna be door dashing Five Guys every day.
It's so gross.
I had pancakes today. They were fantastic. But like
They
I'm
were.
saying, you're not, especially at Syracuse. Fuck you,
is such
Syracuse.
bad food. It's so bad.
Fuck Syracuse
We
University.
pay so much. I saw a funny thing today. It was like, it was a meme. Of course, it was a meme, and it was like, so it was like meme format, obviously, and it was like, all right, colleges. So we're taking classes online. We're not using your libraries. We're not going to your gyms. We're not using all these resources. So tuition should be let. Oh, it was the Patrick Star and the like the wallet and the Man Ray. He was like, so tuition should be lower. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. So can you lower tuition? He's like, no. Tuition's not lowered.
No, we're not lowering. We're not lowering tuition. There could be a fucking
same.
nuclear bomb that goes off. They're
keep
still
it up.
charging $70,000
They want
a
their
year
money.
here.
Because at the end of the day, Syracuse is a business.
Oh, it's all business. It's all a business.
Such a business, and they do everything for image. It's so funny. It's not even funny. It's disgusting what they do for image.
No, it's insane.
And they'll trash anything they can to make them look
Oh,
good.
yeah, it's fine.
And they use Greek life as a scapegoat most of the time. Whatever.
Yeah, no. But I will say, dinosaur barbecue is good.
Dinosaur barbecue is good. Dinosaur barbecue slaps.
There's some good food up here.
There's-
There is some good food
Dude,
up
that
here.
burger
but-
place when we went,
Hopspot.
Hopspot's
No, that
good.
place is good.
Hopspot's
That
good.
place is definitely good.
I got the pickle Rick.
Yeah, the pickle Rick. That
Ooh,
that
can we
looked,
go tonight?
I would.
I want to go to Hotspot. I'm so hungry too. I gotta do homework though. Fuck homework. I'll do it. Wait, is today Saturday? I don't
Friday.
do it tomorrow.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
All right,
It's Friday.
Let's go eat.
Can we end on a happy note?
Yes. Happy note.
It's
Happy
Friday.
note. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
This will go up on
we're
Sunday,
gonna
though.
we're gonna get after it this weekend. We can't. Disclaimer: we can't do anything. Social
Yeah.
social
We
distancing.
live
Look at us.
together.
We're social distance.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're all social.
We're
we
all
can't do
social
anything.
distance.
We can't do anything. We can't go out. Can't talk without a mask. We can't do anything. We're not gonna do anything.
We
this
live
weekend.
together. We have to wear
But
masks
I will
in
say,
our house.
let's get after it.
Let's get after it.
Let's get
and it's
after
gonna be
it.
a very socially distanced, safe weekend. So Syracuse, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
There's nothing. There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening.
Dude, it's actually fun that we live together. Like we could just do so much shenanigans. Like there's like 20 of us in a house.
No.
It's just pure shenanigans.
It's every day.
24/7.
It's
Our
every
house
day.
was trashed.
Well, no, it wasn't.
No,
what are you
no,
talking
but like
about? What are you
brothers,
talking
no
about?
brothers.
No, yeah,
trashed
no.
our house.
Yeah, living brothers.
No, but I'm
one
saying
else,
they
yeah.
like punched walls.
Yeah. That's fine.
Like, why is every day I go and the ceiling tiles are missing? Like, why are you
No.
taking ceiling tiles?
No, there's
I don't
a-
understand.
There's an
that.
aspect of breaking something that's hilarious.
It is funny, but to our own house,
Oh yeah, no, and then I gotta go on the budget.
we
and
live
fucking
here,
play
and then we have to
$800.
pay $800, and we go more in debt. Like
Deficit
it makes
Dick
no
Cheney.
sense.
Dick Cheney, I love you. Deficit spending. Let's
my
go.
gosh,
we
we
can
have so
refinance
much
when
money.
we can refinance whenever we want. Deficit spending.
We just need to
That
start
is the
printing
key.
money. We need to start printing money.
Oh, we've already printed enough. No more.
Print
Janet,
more.
Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen, I'm looking at you right now. No one will even know who this is. She is the most powerful person in the entire world. Janet Yellen.
Who is that?
That was the chair of the Federal Reserve.
Was she just praying money?
She controls everything.
Bastard.
Everything. We talk about money. That is where the money's controlled.
What's her
Janet
name?
fucking Yellen. Janet fucking Yellen.
Janet Yellen.
Yes. She's Biden's Treasury Secretary now.
Oh, interesting.
Revolving door, of course.
No, yeah, they
You
love.
can be in
they
the
love-
most corrupt organization in the world, the Federal Reserve of the United States, and then just serve in the White House.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah,
they
it's
just suck
fine.
each other's freaking nuts.
I'd love to work for the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, you'd be
They
good.
do whatever they want.
Yeah,
they
they
do
do.
whatever they want. It's like the Rick and Morty episode when he just like changed the value of the currency, and they all go insane, dude. That's
Dude,
Federal
that's
Reserve.
what happened.
That's the Federal Reserve.
I just want to be an Imagineer.
No, don't fall into the trap.
I know.
of
I
Walt
always
Disney.
said. I said.
don't fall in the
I
trap of
can't.
Walt
I
Disney.
can't be. Like honestly, I do not want to be bought. You can't. I won't be bought. You
Oh,
can't buy me.
You see, I'm the complete opposite. Where like my end goal, right, is to be like 50. Literally, haven't worked in 25 years. Made like $1 million in Bitcoin or some shit. Dogecoin.
Hammer Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Don't even ask me what it is. I don't know what blockchain technology is. Don't ask me.
Dude,
I don't give a fuck. All I care about is percentages. Percentages is the game, people, not what it actually is. The stock market's not real. Whitman people, business major people, finance major people, okay, How do you feel? I made $2,000 off Dogecoin in one night. How does that make you feel? You study your entire life to invest in good-looking stocks. Oh, we're going to get some Microsoft stocks. Fuck you. I made $2,000 in one night from fucking Dogecoin.
On a meme.
How does that make you pay $70,000 a year to go to fucking Harvard Business School?
Everyone's
idiot.
just getting called out today.
You idiot. I go on Robinhood, I click some buttons, put $1,000 in the Dogecoin, it triples. Fuck you all. Like, I don't care.
So
Dude,
aggressive.
I have no there's no rationale for it. I made money in GameStop, all this stuff. I'm AMC. I have no rationale for it. I don't know what the fuck goes on in the stock market. I don't know what the fuck any of that stuff means. You couldn't tell me how to do the math. I don't do math. Like, all I care about is percentages, right? Dude, 200% Dogecoin in 3 hours, dude. So what happened was, so like there was this one spike of Dogecoin, hit 8 cents, and so I'm like sitting at work, right, and I'm like, I'm bored today, so I buy a fuck ton of options like 3 days before that. They tank that morning. I lost half of my equity, half, in 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. I look at my phone and I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, this is government stimulus money anyway. What the fuck does it matter? It was never even my money. So I'm like, I'm fine. So then, 7 o'clock hits. And I'm like, why not buy Dogecoin? Like, why not? Like, what's going to happen? Because, I'm seeing the Wall Street Bets account. I'm like, people are starting to say Doge, right? It's a big what if. It's a big what if. Because, I could lose all of my money, everything I own, everything. Or
Dogecoin.
percentages.
Oh my God.
Percentages. 10 o'clock. I'm literally dancing in my den with my sister and her boyfriend. They're like, what happened to him? Did he just go insane? I'm literally popping a bottle of Prosecco, in my den. I'm 21 now, by the way. I can drink. Anyway, popping a bottle of Prosecco, made all my money back and some. I don't get it. Okay, all you finance kids, all right. Penfield, I'm looking at you when I say this. Congratulations, you wasted your entire college degree on me to make $2,000 in Dogecoin. Okay, I get it. You're gonna work for a nice company, whatever. You're gonna make some nice holiday bonuses. Okay, finance people, you got me there. You got me there with your bonuses. But the name of the game now is percentages. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as research. Don't research stocks. All right, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take my word for this. I am an idiot with this stuff. I'm an absolute idiot. I don't do my research at all. I just look at percentages. I don't care. I don't care. Like,
Fair.
why would I? It works. Okay. The fucking shit works.
It works. Well, buy Dogecoin.
Okay, and
Thank
also
you.
TikTok investing. All right, people find the trends. Find the trends. Pump and dump. Pump and dump. Fuck it.
That sounds like a porn star saying just pump and dump.
Oh, bro, pump and dump. That's the name of the game.
Pump and dump. Love
Right?
it.
Look, we just buy. If everyone just buys a crap ton of Dogecoin, bing, 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 demand, supply and demand.
Pump and dump.
Oil, supply and demand. Bam, we love it. Joe Biden, we love oil.
Thank you,
Keep
Joe
it going.
Biden.
Keep it going. Keep cutting off the supply. Keep it going. I'm
All right.
ending on that.
Good.
We love it.
Love it. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
How long
You
is
got
this?
it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Triolo.
Thank you for having me. I will be back.
Yes.
I will be back.
Yes.
I'm very excited to be back.
Bet. It will be fun. All
Yep.
right.
Thank
Peace.
you. Thank you, Syracuse University.
Peace.